Hello and welcome.
Hello, Key.
Hello? People, a few minutes are rolling.
Do you know that Star Wars Empire at War Gold Pack is only $7 right now?
I did not know.
Released a mere 17 years ago.
Practically new.
Is that more like Blaze Blue or is it more like Halo?
Based on the Age of Empires 2 engine.
Okay, so more like Halo?
Yeah, more like Halo. At least in the age.
Prefer
Yeah,
Blaze
there's a Halo game that's an RTS.
There is. On like Xbox or something.
It was actually pretty good, which shocked many people.
For a console RTS, yeah. They managed.
They made a good console RTS. It's absurd. Who does that?
And everybody acknowledged not that long ago.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey, welcome.
Forge, baby.
Oh, it's been 100 million years already? Or 100 million hours already?
Yeah, man. It's cool. Well, I hopped in the hyperbolic time machine, so I forgot the time doesn't travel.
You're like 100 million times prepared for this.
No, yeah. I was thinking about just this session the entire time.
What if I end up going to space? Then what?
Then I gotta hop back into
I
hyperbolic
would
time.
love that.
What, you want to go to space?
Yeah, in real life and in fantasy.
What would you do if you were like trapped on Mars? So you had to like remake your Mars base from scratch and then like do a bunch of shit and hopefully NASA starts.
Oh, realistically, I'd die.
That's tough. Well, that's the premise for my new survival game on Steam. It's in early access.
Of course.
You should name the main character Mark Watney.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It was a good movie, actually. Real good.
It really was.
I heard it was a good book too.
It was a good book. My uncle recommended it to me before it was a movie, and I got it, and then I read it in like took like 6 hours to read.
What, really? That's that short?
Are you talking about the
I was-
Halo movie?
I'm a fast reader, and it is it's not super. Why is it not? It is much.
Who's your favorite Halo protagonist? Mine's Master Chief.
The Arbiter.
Yo,
Based.
my favorite Halo protagonist.
No.
Favorite Halo protagonist.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta see what this cat needs. He's going crazy. Be right back.
I think it's soap. It has to be soap. I thought about it for a while. It has to be soap.
That's the least popular by far out of all the Halo protagonists amongst Smash players.
Amongst Smash players.
But yo, man, if the Smash player picks Soap Mactavish, it's gonna be a good time.
It's important to choose a non-Halo game to understand Halo opinions, because people who are immersed solely in Halo lore have a warped view of media in general.
Damn. So you're
Yeah,
saying
like,
Halo lore
whenever
sucks
I'm-
ass?
Whenever I start watching The Boys, I'm like, this reminds me a lot of Halo. There's characters. Halo invented that.
Characters and some story and stuff.
They also have a melee attack.
Yo, you're right. Homelander is just like Master Chief.
Yeah, but that's just a ripoff of Pong.
I'm telling you, man. If Homelander was real, bro, I'd show up. The iron code of the Shinobi, bro. I'd kill him, bro. Easy.
You've been playing too
Parry
much
his laser
Sekiro.
attack.
No, you don't parry the laser. You have to
Oh,
dodge the laser, and then when he comes in for a punch, then you Makiri counter the punch.
Okay, you Makiri counter the punch, but actually you're right. You don't parry
Does
the
his
laser.
punch count as a spear?
You laser deflect the laser, bro, in midair. Come on now.
You throw shurikens at him to knock him out of the air?
Yo, based. Sometimes when you're lazy, you just throw a shuriken to stop his animation when he's doing a
Yeah.
thrust or a sweep. Your boy Homerlander.
Someone's probably done like a Photoshop of Homer Simpson as Homelander.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good
Guaranteed.
meme. Homer Simpson Homeland. 100%. Yeah, you're right. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see him kill Bart. Holy shit, that's brutal. Why is he killing Bart?
Oh, calm down. Leave Bart alone.
Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Hey, fuck him. Turns out, this joke was not as novel as I thought.
I guess there's only a few of them.
Sorry about that. The clock in my bedroom is 10 minutes off, and I forgot that. I woke up and was like, I still have 10 minutes. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up now. I was like, I don't have 10 minutes.
Yo, epic Homer versus Omniflander. Epic Homerlander versus Omniflander.
Wow.
Sorry, we were just talking about Halo lore.
Yeah.
Gross. I'm glad I wasn't here for that then.
Wait, what's with the Halo slander today? You guys don't like Halo anymore? Damn, I thought
want to talk about the lore all day.
I thought this was you guys'
Not at all.
favorite game.
Halo is a game
Favorite
about
show.
shooting aliens, and it's good at that. It's not good at lore.
I thought it had a good story. Damn.
It has a story.
It has a story. Damn.
It has a story and it has a character.
I think the Halo story is pretty good.
I don't
that's
know
pretty
most of
good.
it. So.
You've played all the Halo games, right?
No, because
no.
they haven't put all of them on PC yet.
Well, they have basically, haven't they?
You're supposed to get them on Xbox when they come out.
Played the first
They-
3 and a bit of ODST, I think.
God, ODST is so good.
I think
Oh
basically
god, ODST was actually my least favorite.
they have basically all of them on PC now, don't they?
It's the Master Chief Collection, which was like a crapshoot.
Oh, it wasn't good.
I'm gonna call it like I see it.
MCC
I don't
is
like.
actually good now.
I don't like the sequel trilogy.
The sequel trilogy, like Halo 2 and 3.
Because Halo 3
No.
finished the
Halo
fight.
4, 5, and Infinite. I don't like them.
Halo 3 finished
Those
the
are
fight.
yeah, those felt like cash grabs. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say a good thing about Halo 4 or 5.
So what are we doing today? We're blowing up Einn, right? So we're just going into the sewers. This should be a pretty quiet session.
That well, we'd have to get them somewhere where we can bomb them first.
I mean, if you were to go directly into the sewers to attack Einn right now, you would destroy all of the people in the city.
Yeah.
It's probably not great for Hope. Gonna say that.
Bombing the city, yeah, it's probably not good at all for Hope.
Do the sewers even go out into No Man's Land?
They might.
Yeah.
That'd be something you would have to investigate.
No Man's Land is the blue colored area, right?
We're waiting on Rhodey here.
Okay.
Also,
Wait, oh, I have to join the thing.
yes.
Um,
Also,
We're gonna need Wielder to craft a bomb as well. Like, I have the material, but we siphoned it, so I'm sure Wielder remembers the design of the bombs.
God.
actually, Blix has not said anything in a while. Are you there, Blix?
Said he's gonna be a little while ago, I think.
He was doing
I said
something
that
with his
Halo wasn't
cat.
good, so he's not here.
Damn.
We would still be talking about Halo if he was.
So I'm confused. Is Halo good or not good now?
I don't know. Who plays the
That's
new
tough.
Halo games?
No, I don't mean that. I mean the originals. The
Okay,
OGs.
I'm back.
I still think Halo 2 is my favorite, but
Blix, is Halo good
Hey.
or bad?
Oh, Halo, it's okay.
So, I love that LF joined Garfield, and then immediately Tim just says Nemazu in capital letters. It's quality stuff.
I don't know what that was. I don't know who
Nemazu.
they-
I don't know what you're
It's
talking
their
about.
avatar, Anamazu from Final Fantasy 14.
Ah.
LF wanted to join Garfield and is the only member of Golden Fork in Garfield.
What a legend.
Where do you
But
play Golden
anyways.
Fork if not in here?
But anyways, I do have a recap. She'll be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Everyone, welcome back to Slavepool. Where we last left off, the Rising began their trip towards Einn's Island. The groups engaged in fierce battle with a group of angels, but after a swift victory, one escaped, and the party made their way onto shore. After taking a brief respite, the remaining guards, led by a clone of Einn, met with Nalfrey, who was taking watch as the Rising regained their health. After a stressful back and forth, Nalfrey was able to stall the Einnling until the party could rest up and tend to their wounds. The Rising spoke with Einn, with the wielder defeating him in a game of chess, and the group reaching more or less an impasse. Einn being far more emotionally driven and resolute in his beliefs than expected. Nonetheless, Einn did not expect any outward hostility towards the group, and after losing to Wielder, the Einnling offered to invite the group to see the main body. On the way, Isaac and Happy had a conversation about their future as they re-entered his apartment, with Isaac disturbed by Happy's strong conviction. Isaac spoke with a giant crow, his biological father, who was brought back to life by the Crucible merging monsters with the deceased souls trapped by Shadepool. After a conversation, they headed back to meet with the group. And out of the corner of her eye, Vonari noticed they were being spied on by a lone harpy. And there we have it. Now we're all caught up.
I'm gonna put the
Hooray.
last part in because I did not remember that.
It's important. That's why I put it in the recap.
How old is the harpy?
I don't know, it flew away. You'll have to ask it next time you see the harpy.
Oh.
Maybe we could do ascending to the harpy. Yo, how old are you?
Hold on, give me 2 minutes. This cat is going nuts. I need to see if he needs something.
Nutty cat.
The cat heard the Halo slam.
I don't know if you're actually familiar with the harpy.
Do I have to be familiar with them?
Yeah, it says that to a creature that you're familiar.
Fair.
Harpy X.
I can't ask it its 3 sizes anymore.
Please do not hit on the harpy. Now's
You
not the
talk-
time.
You could talk to the harpy, then you become familiar.
Well, apparently
with
wanting to make it like custom clothes is, too much.
The tailoring arc of Bustan Faith.
I mean, I've got Weaver's Tools proficiency. And Weaver's Tools. Although they're back at the Resistance HQ. I think.
You go get them. Or you could choose to do something.
Yeah, I could just make clothes out of Nanchi. So that's the most sane, reasonable thing to do.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Why not?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. If only I wasn't playing a high wisdom character, I would try. Is like Bananchi not flexible?
What if someone corrupts your clothes? And now you have poison on you.
Oh, that's cool.
That would not be good. It might be fine for you because you're immune to it.
Just don't get corrupted.
Alright, I'm totally ready.
Alright, so what's the plan, everyone? You are in the middle of this city. The city is actually relatively bustling. Not as much as the Ivory District used to be, but compared to the rest of the world, this is like a city. However, the vibes in the city are way off.
Like what? What's the vibe?
Bad vibes.
The vibes are bad. It's really hard to say exactly what it is. It's just... It's not like it used to be.
Okay.
I mean, nothing's like it used to be. Could you imagine if they were just like happily going about their business like nothing had changed?
the old based.
But that's why it's so bad. Because it's not just despair. It's not just like trying to like rebuild. There's this sense of we are fine, but not really. You know, like they are going about their day, and that's what's kind of messed up about all of it.
They're in denial.
What special locations were in this district besides my apartment? Can we switch slightly back to the slate pool just to like look at what was there?
To look at what was in Slaypool.
And to look at what was in the Ivory District. Because I remember there's more than one pin in the Ivory District, right? I just don't remember what the other pins were.
One of them was my parents' place. Benari's parents' place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should check if we still have parents.
I don't think they're here.
They moved.
Oh, okay.
I think they were in Tafari's place for the most part, right?
Yeah, they are in Allen's Tree. Let me just check out real quick on the old Roll20 to see what was there.
Which was the safest place for Alexis, so...
There was the Chateau des Sunbeam, which is your place, I think. Maybe it wasn't. What is this Chateau des Sunbeam? It's not in my notes.
I think that was Einn's apartment building or something. That we figured out where he was staying.
Right. Well, he's moved to the seat of government, is what you would know.
Understandably.
The Inling did tell you. Aside from that, there was a Feather Step portal. And there were a few drakes in the Drake network, which is now defunct.
Oh yeah.
Aside from that, there was also the copper quill was there.
Does anyone remember what the copper quill was?
Merchants, I believe.
That's correct. One of the 10 houses, they were in charge of sort of everything owned by the state in Slaypool. And everything owned by the state was actually owned by the Copper Quill.
Wait, can you say that again?
The Copper Quill were in charge of everything owned by the state.
The state of Slaypool?
Well, sort of. The state of Asmela.
Or like... Okay.
So basically in the city, if there was like a place
Oh,
that
yeah,
is ran
because
by
they-
the city.
Because they were the ones in charge of like the Drake network, right?
You got it.
Okay. Got it.
Public infrastructure people.
Yes.
Among other things.
Like that kind of government. Not
Public
like
services.
shadowy leaders, but like, yeah, public service.
Among other things. They also handled like exports and businesses that were done by the city.
If there's still a feather step portal here, can we use the feather step portals to get around to the shattered city?
Probably.
Oh.
Shattered City? What?
The Swallowed City over
Oh.
here.
No,
Oh.
I said shattered city is in the entire map that we currently have.
Oh.
Oh, the
Because a
painted
bunch
world.
of these places had portals.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You can do that. That is something that you can
You
do.
can come out a first gate. Eventually.
You have First Gate, Allen Tree. That is correct. That is one of the uses of the Feather Step portals, is that you can fast travel between them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do y'all want to go to Sealis? Convince Sealis to meet us in No Man's Land too?
I mean, we haven't even convinced Einn yet.
I think we convinced Stein.
No, we
They
convinced
got-
him to talk to his main
No,
body.
we've got an audience.
We talked to his pawn, yeah, or his piece, or whatever his
Simulacrum?
Simulacrum.
Yo, you went full Josephine there.
Yeah, I did. Damn. Let's go. Let's go talk to the real Einn. Straight from the soul Einn. I miss the old Einn.
You guys want to go visit?
We
Einn?
haven't. We should probably scout out a place we want him to go specifically first.
Yeah, the battlefield. We should. Yeah, that's.
Because we need to make sure we can play out a bomb underneath it at some point. So if we tell him to go somewhere that doesn't work for us, it'll just be pointless.
Are there going to be collateral? Yeah, we should check if there's going to be collateral with this bomb. We probably don't want there to be collateral.
No, it's not gonna be collateral. We have the.
Do we have the bomb now?
We have the
Did you
materials,
get
but
it?
you need to craft the actual bomb
Okay.
enclosure.
Okay.
Nalfrey and Apology are here too.
Hey.
Hello, I'm still here. I'm just working on my tapestries.
Has Apology been fed yet today?
Apology is not.
Oh.
We should let Cal feed Apology again.
If you want to. Apology's starting to get powerful. Let's see. Allies, Apology. Go ahead and roll 2d4.
If Cal is willing to do this again.
Let's see. Where is? Oh wait.
Yes,
I
this
need to
would be
find the character
2d4, yes. You've actually gone down one dice step here, as Apology's been healed for a lot. So it's going to get less and less the more she heals. Makes sense, sort of like diminishing returns on getting her power back as she gets closer to.
Give her the Ring of Regeneration.
Oh yeah, why don't we just give
Boom.
her the Ring of Regeneration?
I think she needs blood.
How would the Ring of Regeneration work on something undead or a vampire? Can they be healed like that?
Oh.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't work very well.
But it would work.
Oh. Yo, she got
Well-
caught in woodwork.
I think it would have its base function. I don't think it would do anything extra.
Apology, thanks for a bit. I don't know what it would do. It would probably regrow limbs, I think. I don't get healed by healing magic the same way.
I thought as much.
Yeah, I don't think that ring. It just says you restore the hit points. It like.
Well, is it for
different than,
maximum
like-
HP that's boost?
It doesn't affect the max HP.
Yeah, or max
I don't think
HP
it
is the
would.
problem.
Oh, we can use greater restoration.
Wow.
I don't
Is
think I
that
have
a
any
thing you
diamond
can do?
dust.
We
Like
can add
diamonds,
one
but I don't
effect,
put
reducing the
dust.
target's hit point maximum.
Is that legit? Is that something we can do?
If we need 100 gold worth of diamond dust.
Apologies regained some of her powers, by the way, everyone. She is now effectively a level 5 cleric.
Hooray!
Yeah, I only have
Which means
diamonds.
that
I don't
she
have any
can cast
dust
greater
left.
restoration soon.
What was she before she needed all this blood? Like when she was healthy?
Before she needed all the blood? You
Like, when
don't
she
know.
was old.
She's probably like the head cleric of Sylvania.
We don't know her power level.
Does the stone dragon have a speaker? I asked
Yes.
Apology that. Oh.
Yes. In the
yeah.
past, the Speaker of the Stone Dragon was delegated to the High Priests. Not actually to, of course, our progenitors. They would...
Wasn't it the person of the sprawl? Mafia guy?
Oh yeah.
That's
He was
correct.
speaker.
That was this.
The Vox
That was
Populi is the
us.
Speaker of the Stone Dragon. That's correct.
Oh yeah.
Should go get him at some point and have him help us.
Venton Flick.
Yeah, but he's
The
not the
fire
he's not the
genasi?
speaker anymore, right?
Didn't he go back to the speaker though? Who is the speaker now?
I don't know if we ever
I thought
verified.
it defaulted back to him.
Remember I was like, this will
Or-
be a valuable ally later, and then y'all were like, he'll never be valuable, and then we fucked off without really helping him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did help him by removing Irene.
Man,
shout
that
out
was
to
evil,
Irene.
like-
Arena Teasern.
You should go hang out with Irene.
Shoutouts to I told you so.
I mean, is he useful?
He would be now, because he could just tell the egg to, like, please stop hatching.
Would that work?
Would that work?
We'll never know.
That's true. We'll never.
I mean, we're familiar with him. We could do a sending to see if he's even still alive.
Worth a shot. I
If
mean,
you like. You guys are in
Speaker,
the middle.
Speaker of the Stone Dragon.
I don't have it prepared today.
Yeah,
so
that does sound like someone we should try to contact.
seems relatively related.
Yeah.
Next time I can prepare spells, I'll make sending.
You're in the middle of the town here, and there's people kind of going about their day. Some of them are looking at you strange, like, what? Are you the No, that's not the Rising. Can't be.
Happy. Just
Yeah,
Nikolai.
that Warforged is wearing a cloak. Wielder never wore clothes.
What are clothes?
Alright, 1 second, everyone. I'm just getting bat gaming going on. Bat gaming.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It means that Apology now has a proper token.
Oh.
Apology
Is
can
she
now
RGB?
assist you in battle.
Hooray!
Ta-da, it's Apology, everyone.
Wasn't that her token before?
Yeah, but the difference is before she wasn't able to fight, but now she can. Check this out.
You get plus 16 to attack.
Look at that insight.
Wow, plus 5.
It's pretty good.
I've got double that.
Look at this flex.
You just rolled my passive.
Yeah.
That was straight disreputable what you just did.
Correct.
Alright, Apology is no longer helping you because you bullied her into not helping.
That was all out of character.
Non-canon.
No, they just said that around the campfire after they thought Apology was asleep.
Yeah, exactly. You guys lit a campfire in the middle of the city streets of Slaypool.
Apologies only only somewhat insightful. Not extremely insightful.
Member of the Rising renowned for their interrogation methods and insight into social situations. Is
where are we
better
going?
at telling what people do than the vampire.
Are we going to see Einn, or are we going up to visit Sealess?
We're gonna go find a spot for the battlefield.
Is that the plan?
Well, eventually. I mean, we've got to find a good spot for it.
Who's asking?
Because we need...
who is this?
Alfrey.
It needs to be somewhere that we can get to underground.
Okay. Underground for what? To put the bomb there?
Yeah. Like, the original idea was put it in the sewers, but the sewers aren't going to go literally everywhere.
Well, I can just say it out of care. I can take mold earth via the all-purpose tool.
Do you think that would be enough to
cover a bomb?
No.
Well, they're pretty fucking... They're
sewers,
very smart
right?
and very powerful.
Yeah, we have to like hide this trap really
If there's
well.
anything amiss...
Yeah, a perfect 5x5 foot of like freshly turned earth. That's suspicious, especially in this world where there's specifically a thing that does that.
Those sewers
Like someone
in this
could.
game.
Yeah.
Also, the
Let's
Drake
go to
network, which
sewers.
is completely empty.
Is the Drake network completely empty?
Yeah, it's defunct.
Yeah, but like when the city's
go scout it.
rebuilt, we could reuse.
There's a bunch of ghouls that live there now. A bunch of ghouls and raiders have moved into the subway.
Oh no.
I mean, the city can be rebuilt. I mean, even if we blow up the Drake network a little bit, I'm sure they would want to draw new Drake network lines anyway, given that the city is all, you know, islands now. It used to be one island, and now it's many islands.
You know, I'm realizing now that we're essentially doing what Fim's plan was for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Just
It's very,
We worked very hard to say we were not the terrorists doing this, and now we are doing exactly that.
it's very poetic.
Yes.
That's why I like the plan so much.
Well, Wielder, I would like your engineering expertise. How hard of a project is it to rebuild even just a section of the Drake Tunnel network?
Pretty easy, right? Because it's just mold.
Can I roll something on that? Because I don't think it's hard, because there is magic in this world.
Go ahead and give me a magic technology.
The problem isn't really the Drake network, but the exploded ground above it.
Hey, you know that this would be a difficult undertaking, one that would take months to do. You recall that the last time this happened, like literally this exact thing, Calcivir was there for several weeks overseeing repairs, and even then it's still not finished. And that was when the city had full infrastructure.
Yeah. We probably don't want to make the rebuilding process any harder for Slaypool citizens than it already is.
I thought we were going to go into the middle of a field and blow them up there.
Yes, we're going to lure them into no man's land, but we're going to lure them into no man's land above the Drake network. That was always the plan.
Because that leaves like no visual indication that there's a bomb there.
Yeah.
It can be done.
we
You
gotta
would
go
just
down.
basically irreparably damage the Drake network. They'd have to start over again.
I mean,
Does the Drake
The-
network
if
even
it
go
worked-
anywhere right now?
No.
the network
They-
currently doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And also, everyone is dead.
Yeah, when you become the red, you can just revert it if you really care that much.
Yeah, you could make it a law that the world has sufficient Drake networks everywhere.
Yeah, public
Yo,
transportation
public
for
transportation is the new law of the universe.
We're trying to make it impossible for Irene to invent her trains because the public transit would be just kind of set magically. So you have to think about it.
Irene has been appointed as the goddess of trains.
Every 5 degrees latitude, there's a teleporter.
It's like the Nether portal, Minecraft.
There's now a grid system
Yeah.
for coordinates, and you just enter in the coordinates of where you want to go.
God, security would be a nightmare.
People are just teleporting everywhere.
It'd be a very
And then-
strange world.
So basically, yes, if you're trying to go through the sewers, it would be the best way by far. The sewers would be the easiest, however, it would destroy the city. If you're looking in the Drake network, there will be some damage to the outskirts of the town, but it will be minimal. It won't be like leveling the entire city. It would just be sort of the outskirts buildings are likely to collapse and fall in as a result of the damage.
Are
And if
there
you put it
people living there?
directly in in the middle of no man's lands, there will be no casualties, but it will be the hardest to disguise and the easiest to thwart.
Well, that's why we use the Drake network, right? Is that we use the Drake network and we go underneath to the very middle of no man's lands. I don't know where the tunnel actually runs on the map, but
I do. One
Oh.
second.
Oh. It was
I
on the
do
original
have
map.
this.
Yeah.
It was on the original map, which I do have access to.
You have access to the
We
original.
can't even like hide the bomb magically because Silas will just look at around the area and will disable a magic, and obviously it'll be shown.
So,
Just putting it out there again, Mold Earth would. I mean, you could use magic to bury it and stuff. As long as it's not an active magical effect like an illusion.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think it would be impossible to hide it in No Man's Land.
Not impossible, it's just not easy. You always have way
also
more
here
in
it
no
is,
than-
man's land, how do you plan to
We-
go out
we-
there and bury it
we-
without anyone like artillerying you in the meantime?
That
Like, you're not
too.
supposed to
We
go out there
can
because
sneak.
they blows up.
We could sneak. We could be invisible.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
You don't think they planned for that?
they don't plan anything. These are the two most notoriously incompetent people on all of this
Yeah,
thing.
sure, yeah. Guy's like, I have 16 backup plans.
I mean,
I really don't think we should care about the Drake network.
I don't either.
So here's the
not-
Drake network, by the way. I just kind of drew out the tunnel. I wasn't able to get like a dot for the stop.
Oh, then we can-
Lemur
Yeah.
didn't even do a
We
different
can
Yeah,
color.
it
that's
goes
about
right through the
what we
center of
need.
no man's lands.
That's
I think that's gonna be safest. Like we don't ever we're not ever visible. Nothing can ever go wrong. We're just in a part of the city that everyone's forgotten about because it's been years since it's been relevant.
It's gonna take years to repair that too, though.
Why
Yeah,
would
but
they
like-
repair it? It doesn't go anywhere, do anything great.
Nobody will ever
Well-
get to use the Drake tunnels if we don't fix these problems. Like Einn wants to destroy the whole world. Don't forget. I think the
also-
loss of a tunnel is worth it.
I'd like to point out as well, everyone, that there's more damage to the city than this Drake network. I mean, if you really zoom out and take a look at what's happened to Slaypool, I don't really think this Drake
Yeah.
network being destroyed is the chiefest of the issues.
All right,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
let's do it then.
Hooray!
Alright. So where do you think we're just gonna plant it as is in the Drake network and just hope no one goes down below?
Probably would want
mean-
some of us to make sure no one's there.
And also I think we'd have to plant it a couple days beforehand. because if we're organizing a meeting between Einn and Sealis in No Man's Land, I don't doubt they're going to have people check the Drake network.
We should probably clear the Drake network of anybody there,
Of
and
goop.
then be on like the outskirts of the bomb radius in the Drake network, if that makes sense. So no one else enters it.
We have to have a way to set it off too.
Well, someone's going to stay there and set it off.
If you're there to set it off, aren't you gonna get blown up?
Survived
see
worse.
I can rig something, I'm sure.
I mean, the original bombs had timers.
Yep, there is a timer set up, but of course that was Fim, the superior Warforged engineer. I don't know if you could do it.
Ooh.
Yo, prove them wrong.
Wrong.
I've already got an idea. I've already got an idea for a trigger, Pog. I want to make a trigger using my magical tinkering. There's a... And the trigger would be the magical tinkering going away. I want to... like as long as this little tiny object has magical power, it's not going to trigger. But as soon as that power goes away, it blows up.
I know what you're gonna do because you can only have so many of
That was
those,
a
right?
problem that they could detect magic.
Let's see.
I don't think you
Sheds
detect
light
magic
whenever
way
tapped by a
underground.
creature. Telling emits an odor or non-verbal sound.
Yeah. So look, where's the thing about me dropping
Well,
it?
doesn't detect magic.
If I try to exceed the maximum, the oldest property immediately ends.
Yeah.
So
That would be your
that's my
trigger.
that's my mechanism for triggering it, is ending it from a distance.
Okay, so you have something essentially that responds to light, and the light causes it to seize up, and then when the light ends, then it will stop seizing, essentially.
Something like that, or magical power, Oh, yeah, it's lit up and that's its powered state. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, that seems like a straightforward magic technology check if I've ever seen one.
All right. Yeah, and then just at a distance, I can choose to drop that.
The bomb is
or
basically... Sorry. The bomb
or
is
I
basically
could be
two
like-
funnels, right?
The original one was
like
two chambers,
ampoules.
and they were kept apart, and then they would combine and explode.
Like-
Yeah, it's basically just like a funnel on each vial that goes down to a mixing chamber, and then it mixes and explodes a lot. So that should be hard to make, right?
But we don't want
No.
to just be a timer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this way, I can either. I don't think I can drop it at will, but we could
This
say I
way.
can, or I can do this to 6 items.
This way, when you
Use the-
encounter some ghosts, Wielder will say, "Here you go, Apology, let me make your weapon magical so you can hit them," and then accidentally blow up the rising.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, that's what you would
I
do.
know.
though,
I know. I
the
use
trigger,
magical
right?
tinkering so much, and that we're gonna miss me not being able to use it for a while.
It's come up twice in one fight every time.
Yeah.
100% success rate. Most valuable class ability.
I used it a bunch early on.
And if we want to know when to set it off, I can scry on the location. See if they're both there.
Yeah.
As long as I've seen the location before.
Alright, so that's the plan?
Yeah. So, okay, here's the steps. First, we scout the Drake network to make sure there's no one there. Then we plant the bomb. Then we have to visit the No Man's Land location so Venari can scry it. Then we convince Einn. Then we convince Sealis to be like, hey, big fight in 3 days. And then 3 days later they show up and we're scrying and we blow them up. And then we take over the Ivory District and convince everyone that everything is fine now. And we plant some trees and stuff. That's the plan in order.
Alright. I'm in.
Alright. So, step 1. Who is in the scouting party?
Okay. So we're scouting out the tunnels. Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
Or-
step 1, scout out the Drake network. I think everyone
can-
can do that, right? Because it's the Drake network.
I don't know if we need everyone to, though. We don't want to be followed, right?
Because we could do things
stealthy
in
people
parallel.
should probably do it.
Yeah, we could do things in parallel, right? I'd imagine same time. If we all do it, that
Yeah.
means we're doing things sequentially.
Alright, so step 1 and 2 can be done in parallel then, right?
Yes.
What is step 2? If step 1 is scouting, is step 2 making the bomb?
Step 2 is we need to visit the no man's land location.
You can make the bomb while someone else go
so
off.
we're checking it out up top and down below at the same
Yeah.
time?
Because
Okay.
Venari needs to be in that party because Venari needs to scry later.
Okay. I am understanding now.
Yeah, with my
I think that
perception, I
sounds
probably
like
don't
a
have to
good
get
plan.
that close to be able to have seen it. I
If you
suppose
had
anyone has like an
binoculars.
eyeglass, do they?
You don't need to brag about your special eyes.
Do we know what the
guess
general
it's true.
radius of the bomb is?
Pretty big.
Whoop, Alan's tree.
Yeah.
I think I should be.
Yeah.
I might be able to make a spyglass when I get a 4th level spell.
We need to make sure no
That's
one
not going to
enters-
happen before this.
I don't think that's going to happen for a while.
We need to make sure people don't enter these tunnels while we have this plan underway.
I don't know why they would enter.
Yeah, I don't know why they would.
Well,
There might be people living down there right now. I mean,
Might be a bunch of hobos. Yeah.
tunnels is a good shelter, or if it's infested with monsters, let's
a
hope
bunch
that
of
it's
people
infested with
constantly metro.
monsters,
If it's monsters, that makes the job a lot easier. Yeah, we just blow them
Yeah.
up as well. But
because we don't have to clear anyone out because
Happy is no longer
monsters
welcome with the
are
bronze
keeping them out.
gauntlet.
no, I mean, well, and I'm assuming when he says monsters, I'm thinking like something evil, not just something
Yeah.
weird.
Specifically the monsters.
Yeah, you're
Not
definitely
non-sentient.
no longer welcome at the bronze gauntlet.
Those are all
Aren't there like
sentient.
literally nightmares running around, like jackalopes?
Yeah,
Yeah, what? Like, that's what he's talking about.
that's what I meant. Like if there are nightmares or monsters down there.
I don't think the bronze gauntlet's gonna keep nightmares. I'm pretty sure we tried to be nice to the jackalope. We literally couldn't or something.
Look, just don't tell them.
Yeah.
Alright. Group number 1, the underground scouting party. Who's in?
I can go.
I'll go
And...
as well.
Hooray!
Is this? We still haven't long rested, have we?
No.
Do
Okay.
we need to?
No.
If you'd like, Nelfrey does have an apartment here.
We do our preparations
knew
and let's do it.
Yeah. Let's short rest. That way I can.
Well, we short rested on the
help a little
boat. Like
bit.
nothing.
Not
We haven't
short
done.
rest. Long rest.
Alright. So are you doing this the next day, or are you doing it this day?
Next day if we rest, but is there any problem with that? Are we on a timer?
Hmm.
Who knows?
It's probably gonna come look for us at some point.
I mean, things are already
Yeah.
spying on us, so the longer we wait, the more they're gonna be able to spy on us.
Yeah. I don't think we have any reason to long rest, do we? Aren't we all full health?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just I could use if I had.
I'm down a couple spells.
Really, the only thing I'm missing is spell slots. But I should still be good. I can give someone an invisibility. I'll give. Well, who's going out below ground?
It's too sneaky.
Okay. I'll give it to I think Angie then invisibility. Because isn't Happy like
Super
just
skulker.
super stealthy? Yeah.
Well,
Alright,
don't
so-
you need to sneak above board as well? Like, if you're going to be sneaking above, wouldn't it make more sense to give it to Vonari? Who is less stealthy
Oh yeah,
than
we're
Isaac.
doing it at the same time.
Do I need to?
Actually, well, do we want to do the scouting at the same time, or do we want to separate the scouting?
Do you leave the scouting to the scouts?
I'm good with whatever. I don't know how much time we have.
I guess if
Well,
I.
Vonari must see it.
Yeah.
The question is,
I
how
think
far
we'll-
away can I see it from?
Yeah, let's split the party. Isaac will detach his scope and hand it to you.
Does that actually
Wow.
work?
It's a
I get-
scope.
I already
Well,
have
that-
advantage on perception.
I want
Makes
workshop
sense.
part 2, where Happy gets trapped and then I lose my other leg. Wait, I lose my leg again. It's the same leg.
It's
If
fine.
lose
You'll
the
just
scope,
regenerate
I
it.
will
You
be
know?
upset.
You can keep losing your legs and then growing them back like a lizard.
Dude, you'll never go hungry again.
Dude, I figured out how to feed the city.
But it takes a
Okay,
week
let's
to
go.
regenerate.
Let's go.
That's the plot
We're
of
doing the
Fire
mission.
Punch.
Wow, I haven't seen it. Spoilers.
Okay, me and Happy going
See?
undergrounds.
It doesn't have an anime. It's not a filthy anime. It's a pure manga.
Wow.
You see
Animes.
manga. No. You use your eyes to look at manga. You're going to hell.
No.
Anime is for degenerates. Normal people read manga.
I'll make the rules. Okay, Happy and Isaac. First, please give me a 1d6 luck check.
Hooray!
Roll 6. Easy.
Wow. You both gave me a luck. Which is good because then I can just take the average, I guess.
Wow.
I thought I misinterpreted. I heard Happy and Isaac.
Yeah. That's fine. With that, we have, drum roll please, nobody in the Drake network. It is empty.
Oh.
We did it.
And it doesn't look like there's evidence of people being there either.
There were people a few years ago.
There you go.
You can
Okay.
see that there's, like, the spiders have reclaimed the land.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad we're blowing this place up.
There's definitely no one hiding anywhere. It's just completely empty.
No, the spiders are here.
I mean, besides this, they're like tiny spiders, right? They're not like big people.
Yeah,
spiders.
they're regular spiders. There's also lizards.
Are the lizards sentient or no? There's
No, they're
liz-
just like lizards.
Okay, we're fine. Then.
The
Sorry.
lizards are there to eat the spiders.
Sorry, lizards and animals. Lizards and spiders. These are the casualties.
Nice.
Now, land scouting trip. Vonari, are you invisible?
I will make Venari invisible. What is your stealth modifier as well?
+2.
Alright.
I don't have the enhanced ability prepared. Or anything like that.
I'll make you invisible, and I will continue to wear the boots of Elvenkind.
Alright. I'm going to need both of you people to make stealth checks.
Oh, I do have sending prepared actually. It's a level 3 spell. I thought it was the 4th, but stealth you said.
Remember, you have the scope, so you can see things farther away, maybe.
Does being invisible
Right.
do anything for my stealth?
An advantage, no? Or am I wrong?
Advantage.
You are invisible.
Those are not very good rolls.
You can use your inspiration. Oh, never mind. You already have an advantage.
Ooh, that was almost a 1 and a 2. At least on my screen.
Wielder, at some point you split apart from Vonari as you start approaching no man's land. Vonari's invisible. As you're moving around, you naturally find spots where there's rocks or shrubs that you can use as cover, and Vonari is just moving forward, confident that invisibility means they won't notice her.
Sure, they have to hear me, and if they're not close, DC
Are
goes
they-
up the farther away they
Are they able to telepathy to each other?
They can.
Or is that vision?
Especially from Venari. Venari's invisible.
There is a max range on it. Never mind, like, I can go up to 100 feet, and I have to see them, yeah.
I'll use the Wand of Detect Magic to find Venari. Actually, no, I don't think I will, because I think that still applies concentration to me. Yeah. I'm not going to do that, because I'm concentrating on invisibility.
Because you are invisible, Vonari, nonetheless you are undetected. They roll an 8 with all modifiers said and done.
Jesus.
Oh.
We're literally one off.
And so you are able to get a clear vision of a spot in the midst of the Drake network, which I will mark here if I can.
I'd like to see as much as I can. Just in case there's other alternative spots. Because I might not agree to our ideal spot either.
This would be the ideal spot, right here. It's more or less equidistant between Einn and where Celis is, and it's in the middle of the Drake network.
Nice.
And if I can, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way here. If you could give me a magic technology check, please, Wielder.
Yeah, what's this for?
This is to determine how much you understand the blast radius.
Oh.
That is pretty important.
20.
Nice.
Aw.
20.
This is still we still have the episode inspiration stuff, right?
I have regular
20's gotta
inspiration.
be
We
good
still do
enough.
episode inspiration. Sorry, is what I mean to ask.
Well, if
you haven't
20's
used it
not
yet.
good enough, well,
I just want to be sure.
what can? Well, don't forget we have seen a bomb go off in the Drake network. How big was the blast radius before?
It was pretty big.
It's
I would
pretty
like
big.
I would
You
like to
do
know.
not. You do not know exactly how large that blast was.
I will give you an episode
Okay.
inspiration, Wielder. You can roll again.
Okay.
Better off giving regular inspiration
Oh,
because
yeah.
you can get that back.
You might want to flash the genius yourself.
It's a 20. I think that's good. Also, we
I
did long
mean-
rest, so I think I
Where-
only have. I've got 2 left. Sure. All right, I'll give myself Flash of Genius for 26. And yeah, sorry,
For
you wasted
26.
your inspiration. Yeah, 20. 20 plus 6.
Okay.
I don't have the option to press the plus sign when I roll from beyond 20.
Let's just roll from Foundry.
Yeah, but I like beyond 20.
I actually uninstalled Beyond 20.
All right. So
There's a
somewhere,
couple things that.
It's somewhere between these two rings. You know it's at least in the middle ring. For sure.
Are you
For sure.
okay?
And it might be as far as the outer ring.
Is the outer ring touching the city?
A little bit.
What would happen if we shifted the bomb up on the Drake network a little bit?
It may be more difficult to convince them to fight to the north of the city.
I mean, they'll
But
still
it
get
would
caught
get it
in
out.
blast radius, though, right?
Yeah. That's certainly a possibility.
I think we shouldn't take any chances, personally.
Hmm.
It is like literally the worst possible scenario out of like all the entire like set of possible outcomes, in that it has to be the complete outer circle before it hits the city, I think. So it's, if you guys do want to gamble, it's not the worst gamble, but you are gambling. And
Or
yeah. So I'm
Well,
thinking if we just shift it
we-
up a little bit more, it might be good.
yeah. If we
Problem
go
is, you
north
have
of
to
the-
convince one of them to be like, oh yeah, it should be closer to you than my place.
I mean, do they need to be directly in the center of the blast radius? They'll still take a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, as long as they're not like
Oh yeah, true.
edge.
I mean, like, sure, we might need to go
Like-
and double tap them. We're more likely to have to go and
I was
double tap.
fucking, if the very edge of that destroying the city is going to destroy the city, then if they're anywhere near the center, they're boned. So yeah, our bomb could just be up, and the other meeting place be a little offset. That makes it
Also-
actually harder for them to know it's there too.
We cleared out the entire tunnel, right, Pog, from the top to the bottom here?
Yep.
So, okay, cool. Everything that's in the radius. Okay.
So yeah,
And
just
no
have
man's land is
the bomb
supposed
not
to
be directly underneath them.
Yeah, just don't play directly underneath them. It sucks. Like, yeah, we might need to go and double tap them because they might not die from it.
I mean, they might
guess.
not die from it, and either way.
Yeah.
I
It'd
don't.
be cool when they team up against us because we blew them up and we get to double tap both of them at once.
That'd be kind of cool, but also terrifying.
We show up and be like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And we just like pretend to ally with one of them to kill the other. Then we turn around and kill the other one. I don't know. Wouldn't work. Well, I'd imagine maybe we'd let them duke it out a bit, or are we just gonna blow it up right when they meet?
I mean,
Question.
we have Venari Scry, so Venari can just do it. If they're thinking about leaving, then we blow them up. If they're thinking about fighting, then we let them fight.
Yeah.
How long does Scry last?
10 minutes.
Yeah, so that's like 10 combats, so we have plenty of time to watch what they do and blow it up at the best time for us.
I vote we move the bomb up a bit so that the outside radius isn't hitting the
We'll have
city.
to put the invisible sensor for Scry somewhere where that Sealess isn't going to directly look at. Because this anti-magic will suppress it, I think. But yeah, we have to look at it.
Also,
How deep down?
could
is
you
this?
also make like a camo thing for the bomb? Could you make something to hide it so it's not clearly obvious it's a bomb?
Someone would have to be. I'd assume what we should do actually is just have a couple of us on the outskirts of the tunnel while Venari's scrying to make sure, or maybe for like the next following days to make sure nobody decides to just like rummage through here to like find a new place to sleep or like take things from here that are left behind or whatever. So then there aren't casualties, and B, if someone does decide to scout out the tunnel, we could just stop them. On either side, like Sealess or Einn.
Does anyone else have alarm on their spell list?
Nope. It's not my spell list.
No idea.
Because
Well,
that
it will be on my spell list
for what
eventually.
Jas was, for what Happy was just talking about, that could serve its purpose. Why?
Ranger, Wizard, Artificer.
Oh, we have a ranger.
Not
Is Ranger
anymore.
prepared or learned?
Good mean.
You're talking about Cal was a fighter the whole time. Wow.
Yeah, Cal's a fighter.
Whole time.
Most heroic counts of your Machina. The house
If you,
say
a mental alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. How do I do distance without
On the grid.
It's
snapping
gonna
to
be
the center?
yeah, it's gonna be snapped. I think.
Try holding shift.
None of them seem to.
Try holding control, alt, control shift alt.
It's like a light party.
Okay. So we move the bomb slightly more northerly. And I guess we need to now convince Einn and Sealess. Which one do we want to go to first, team?
Before we
Well,
do
I
that,
invited us. He's the easiest.
I just had one last question. There's no one north of this no man's land, right? In this area?
Nope. Everyone's dead.
Sure.
If you go
Okay.
far enough north, you will eventually meet the Broodvars.
But like, does no man's land stretch even further out than this? Like even more north?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of land that no one cares about because everyone's dead. There's a lot less people in Slaypool than there used to be, so there's a lot of empty land now.
Mm-hmm. I guess it'd be kind of impossible to clear out this whole area, anyways. But there might be people there. Might be like camps or something, for all we know. There might be soldiers there. Like outskirts of no man's land, it makes sense to have stuff there.
I can't stress enough that this is somewhat bad podcasting, and we're gonna lose all our viewers.
Don't know.
Why?
Because we have
I
spent
think
the
this
past
is-
hour and a half discussing.
Well, we're literally blowing up a bomb
Yeah.
underneath a city.
Yeah, and we're
Like-
making. It's not like we're not going anywhere with the discussion. We're making progress with it.
We're trying to figure out how to do it with the least amount of potential casualties, right? We should be doing that. If there's anything we learned from FIM is we definitely aren't FIM. We're better than that.
Our game's
Yeah,
more
we're not
important.
doing this in the middle of a city. We're doing this in a place literally called No Man's Land.
Because everyone
No
died,
one's
this
gonna-
means that's still a city.
Well, I mean, like, it's no man's land, which is like already shelled and destroyed. So there's probably not much there salvageable, and people aren't going to be.
Whereas
ignorant of no man's
he blew up his workshop in the middle of a huge city.
Yeah,
We're not like him.
we could be if you want. Just move that bomb, a little bit more south. You know what I'm saying?
Almost like
yeah.
the situations are completely different.
I think we're fine. I mean, worst case scenario, if anyone's to the north of No Man's Land in this little wooded area, they're probably soldiers. Sucks, but whatever. Rather they be casualties than civilians in the city.
They're certainly not innocent.
True. Although I don't know how they got conscripted or anything.
I mean, it's called war for a reason, right?
Yeah. It is war. There are different rules.
We already have an audience with Einn. We probably shouldn't keep him waiting, though. That's probably the first person we talk
Well, I would prefer a long. I'd prefer we meet Einn tomorrow.
Yeah, we should definitely sleep and then meet him.
Oh, in case he tries something. Is that the idea?
Also,
He wants Lazar
in
Genius'
case he
back.
wants to play chess. If he wants to play chess again, I want to have enhanced ability prepared.
Good luck, gamer.
I don't know if you'll see that as cheating.
Yeah. But so I've got one flash of genius left.
You're probably gonna want all of them for the main body guy. Like, you rolled really well against the other duelists.
And I'm really low on. I've got 3 spell slots.
I'll rolls out their bedroll and fluffs up their yak pillow.
Nice. Yeah, if you go to Nalfrey's apartment, it is not designed for 6 people, let alone 6 people and 1 vampire. So definitely some people are sleeping on the floor. And Nalfrey
yeah.
is not going to give up his bed for anyone.
Yo, that's tough.
Hmm.
Happy
I
with
think
all
Chris
Yeah,
is
I'll stay-
ahead, and when you get there, and then she's like already in the bed.
What if I arm wrestle Nalfrey for it?
You won't give up
I'll
the
just
bed.
take a corner.
Edge,
Not
are you
without
like,
a fight.
wait, you're trying to steal the bed from him?
Yeah, I offered to scout ahead to make sure that we're not going to get caught or anything. But really, what I'm doing is stealing the bed.
Sleight of hand.
If Nalfrey complains, I can tell him like, "Hey, we can share the bed. Just make sure your head's down by the other floorboard so it doesn't get weird."
Bro, he's hard. Why are we trolling out? Happy's just gonna sleep on a bed.
All right. I'm willing to do this, but you have to have your head by the headboard.
By the headboard.
Acceptable.
All right.
So now Frey's insisting that Angie sleeps the right way.
Nalfrey prefers to
And-
sleep the wrong way.
Hey, I understand that.
That's on brand.
You guys ever just sleep the wrong way because you can't fall asleep the right way?
All right.
No.
You are able to have a relatively peaceful long rest.
Cashew's drinking my water.
Oh,
I gotta pick spells, but that's fine. We can do that.
The
while we...
cat walked up to onto your desk. It called your name and then grabbed your cup and drank it
With its hands.
with its hands. Yeah.
The cat started doing jutsus.
I have a friend named Aubrey, and he said he was at someone's house, and that person's cat was saying his name. Was calling.
Oh, I have my friend named Aubrey, but she just spends all her time in like the middle of like the town.
Oh,
I'm gonna mark my
this
character as
plaza.
long resting.
in the 6
And like this
on top
plaza.
on top of CN Town. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quick.
No,
First
just like-
instincts. Would you rather have a dog with human hands or a cat with a human face?
A dog with human hands or a cat with a human face.
Does
I'd
it have
imagine-
like 4 human hands, or does it have
Like-
2 human hands and 2 human? feet?
Can I just take the Sphinx now as my
Four
pet?
hands.
Yeah, I feel like the
Dog.
Sphinx is the least disgusting or horrifying one.
Dogs can be mischievous, but they can also be trained. Cat is just gonna be difficult.
Why?
Also,
It
I'm
just has
allergic
a
to cats,
human
and I'm
face.
probably also allergic to cats with human faces.
What about fish with human faces?
They can't.
Whoa.
I guess it still has the gills. That works.
You know what that is?
What?
That's semen for the Dreamcast.
Yo, he's right. Holy shit.
Is that game with the fish, man?
It like
That you
grows
just
over time.
watch?
Yeah, it grows.
Yeah,
over-
that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
That game's a weird game.
Most
Hey,
normal
Venari,
Genesis game.
Don't forget that you have winged boots.
Yeah.
I forgot you had them. Probably don't need water walk prepared right now.
Alright, long rested and updated spells.
All right, everyone, long rest, and then let me know where you're going.
We're
I
going
want to
to.
stay.
I probably
Alright.
don't need to prepare identify right now.
Identify.
That was really useful when we were still trying to figure shit out.
Identify.
Are there any questions you want me to commune to Alex for? Or are we just confident?
You want to just do the generic, is this a good idea?
Like. Can we?
We already know it's a good idea. The die is cast here. We can't even change our minds if we want to.
It's not cast until we place it.
We are capable of changing our minds. Be terribly wasteful. Sunk cost fallacy, no.
All right, let me know what you're planning. I have to respond to what you do here.
We're going to Einn.
I'm still long resting, so they can figure it out.
He's still in bed. Yeah.
You're right, we're going down.
Yeah.
He's sleeping in. Wheelder's sleeping into it. He didn't even need to sleep previously. Now he's sleeping.
Yeah, I'm choosing. Like, no, I'm just deciding right now I'm sleeping in. But you're conscious, yeah. It's like you guys get to do it all the time. I never get to do it.
Yeah, I guess we just meet Einn. Well, let's.
I've also got to make the bomb again.
Oh yeah, we have a guaranteed meeting with Einn. Do we have one with Silas? For all we know, getting a
do
meeting
not.
with Silas might take like 2 days, might screw our entire schedule. We should probably
Yeah.
go to Silas.
Well,
first.
we have to get Einn to agree first, and then we'll be like, we can say, like, if we can get Silas to agree, will you go meet him? Or he might be like, I want to schedule a meeting myself or something.
I'm thinking.
Well, we don't want to suss Einn out by looking off to Silas immediately, right? You're like, what? You came in and I invited you and you didn't talk to me? You just went to the enemy?
Well, how far is Silas?
Yeah, isn't our plan to make Einn think we're luring Silas out when we're luring both of them out?
We would, of the two to kill, I'd rather kill Silas.
Yeah.
But we have to,
Sure. If we're gonna, I thought, okay, yeah, no, we could just meet Einn first. Actually, just be like, hey,
we're
we're
right
gonna-
here, so.
We're gonna talk to Silas about this. Can you guys just hash this out or whatever? We're gonna sell it a different way. We're gonna spin it so that we're punking him. We're tricking Silas into going into no man's land. Is that how we're gonna sell it to Einn? How are we gonna sell it to Silas though? Same thing. but-
Reminder, Silas did invite you.
Yeah. Initially.
He invited us to go to him. But we need to...
We have an invitation to both of them, so.
Yeah, but now we need to figure out how to turn that into them both going to no man's land at the same time.
Yeah.
I like the idea of saying we'll trick Silas into meeting you at no man's land. Get your weapons ready.
In a one-on-one, you're
when,
much
and
more
when
powerful.
in
Oh, wait,
reality,
no.
we're tricking both of them.
Einn doesn't want to fight him one-on-one because Silas is like a hard counter to him.
I could bring his simulacrum.
Yeah.
He could bring like 50 simulacrums, whatever.
Well, wouldn't his
Wouldn't matter.
simulacrums immediately disappear? in
When
an
Einn
anti-magic-
dies, right?
Well, what about the anti-magic properties? Aren't simulacrums magical?
Really? I
They
don't think.
Uh,
I think they're
they-
created
they
magically,
just-
but they're probably living creatures.
That's spooky. Imagine being a simulacrum. You could walk into
I'm
an
not gonna
anti-magic
look that
field
up.
and just
That
disappear.
feels weird to look that up.
What? Well, I guess Pog. What happens if a simulacrum walks?
Yeah,
into an
can I
anti-magic?
roll a knowledge on this instead of... Can I roll, and if I roll high enough, I can look it up?
No.
Well,
Can you just tell us what happens? Can we roll to figure out?
what is a simulacrum? Is a simulacrum still magical?
This is knowledge arcana. That's what we're asking.
We spent a
Uh,
whole
yeah.
campaign with Gar, and y'all
That's
don't
what I
remember
meant by looking up.
a whole
Yeah.
campaign with Gar.
I remember
a
Gar being
whole
a
campaign.
simulacrum, but was there anything to? I forgot.
Gar
it-
was a simulacrum?
that was the
Yes.
plot twist. Yes, that's why he was only able.
I
to
don't
cast
remember a
cantrip.
whole lot about that.
He was one of Gar's
Oh,
the
you're talking
foreman
about
in his nightmare
the
factory.
In here,
you're
not in
talking
Pathfinder.
about his appearance in Calamity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
I'm ready,
not
everyone,
the,
for
the
whatever.
original Gar was not a simulacrum.
Sorry, what's that, Pog? You were saying something?
I'm ready. You guys want to go visit Einn?
hmm
Now,
Yeah.
for an apology, don't want to go. Want to stay home and protect the home is what they say as an excuse.
We don't have a home.
I bet they're
Protect.
just gonna bone as soon as we're out of the way.
The boat folds up.
It's-
We just take it with us.
It's Nelfrey's home. We're in Nelfrey's apartment. right
Alfrey is married.
There's a lot
He
of
has a
bedroom games
child.
happening.
Oh.
Does
this
anyone?
session.
Does anyone,
Okay, he has a home. All right, he can protect his home. That's fine.
does anyone want to feed apology? By the way.
Why the fuck was he in the
He's a-
forest across the waterway if his family's here?
They're not.
That's
This
where
is
his
his
camp
vacation home.
was.
Oh.
Nice.
But apology.
Well, they're gonna be a good ally one day. Soon.
Until she turns
More
on us.
realistically, they are absolutely, abjectly terrified of going to see Einn, and they do not think they have what it takes.
We could also just attack Einn and kill him, guys. Wouldn't that be
All right.
sick?
Are you going to visit the town hall where Einn is?
Yes.
Yes, I would. I would come along. Other people are going.
On the outsides, you can see one of these copies of Einn that appears. One of these sort of liches. You've seen one of them before, and they approach you. Hello. Was our city to your satisfaction?
It's a lot quieter than it used to be. I remember this place being real bustling in the moments I was able to actually get in.
Well,
I never
all
actually
outside
made
trade
it.
has largely ended.
Also, a bunch of people died, right? Because not everyone here is immune to the miasma. But, you know.
I never actually made it up to the Ivory District before this all happened.
Really?
I was meant to. I was meant to come to see Hell's Meteor, but I never got around to it.
Well, the council has decided that we will be seeing you. The main body is fine with it as well.
The council. Is there like a council of Einn duplicates?
They open the door and you can see that one of them is kind of on top. You see that there are two of them. This guy here is holding a clipboard and coming out of one of these doors. And as soon as he sees you, oh, hello. I'm the one that you encountered on the ship. One of them is on a bench here reading a book. You can see there's one up here who's doing guard duty. And this is the guy who let you in.
Wow.
Yes, there are many of us.
Are simulacrums magical?
Are simulacrums magical? To an extent, we are created by magic. However, our magical capabilities are stunted. We cannot regain spell slots without using spell juice.
What if someone were to
what if
cast a spell
Silas
magic
looks
on-
at you?
Well, then we wouldn't be able to cast magic. We lost 7 of
But
us.
you'd still be fine.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
We lost 7 trying to ambush him. We thought if we all looked at him at once, then it would stop him dead. But he had a trick up his sleeve.
More than... You can look in more than one direction.
We have a bunch of
He has an
mirrors?
army of angels.
He does?
Like, literally an army of angels descended from the heavens and killed us.
Yeah, that would probably a good
Are they-
surprise for him.
Are they... Could you tell if they were willingly fighting for them?
Presumably, I mean, I don't know. We died.
Silas is part of the
Is it-
conclave, so. Guys, we would like to talk to Mr. Main Body, please. Not to
Yes,
say that you aren't
certainly.
people, but also, like, he has the most authority.
We like to consider all of us as me. Hello, Einn. Hello, Einn. You know, I was telling myself the other day that you actually beat me in chess.
Yes. I've
Incredible.
improved quite a bit.
The main body is a little bit different from all of us. I hope it doesn't disturb you.
Who do you know who we met at the church when I played chess against you for the first time?
That
Which
was
one
the
of you
main
was that?
body.
That was him, okay. Or
Hello,
moving
Einn.
up.
Hello, Einn. I'm going to be taking them in now. Alright.
Hi, Cal.
Wait, why are you saying goodbye, Cal?
Oh, she's just standing by the doorway.
Everyone else is moving up the
Oh my god.
Cal's Fortnite dancing.
Can I like carefully walk towards the door and like maybe look in, peer in quickly to see if there's anything in there, like a trap? of
You
some kind?
can.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a perception, yes.
Alright.
That'd be some
I
ballsy fucking move to have a trap here.
This is what's my goggles advantage.
You can just make more simulacrums.
All right.
As far as you can tell, there's no trap. Hello. Happy.
Holy shit! Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay.
What the fuck? He looks different.
You can see this body is entirely covered in Nyaxonchi to the point where he just looks like a pulsating mass.
Not to be rude, but that looks very inconvenient to move around in.
Oh no, it's quite convenient. And Einn just rapidly starts shifting shapes, changing into a humanoid form, then into a dragon, then into a giant cat, and then back again.
Yo, do the giant cat again.
Oh, you're
Alright.
like Xenos.
Yes, I thought it would be fun to copy his ability. Of course, I did mine using the power of my aspect. Hello, Ains, you are dismissed. They have come to visit me. Continue your guard duty. Very well, Einn. Oh no, other Einn, you've closed the door too early. Open the door, Einn. I'm sorry, Einn. Calcevere is not in yet.
Cal wants to stay outside with the puppy dog. That's actually a cat.
The puppy
Kitty cat.
Cat baby.
All cats are babies.
Are they?
Well, everyone,
Yeah.
hello, and welcome to my new chambers.
Cozy?
Yes. These are designed for more cooperation. I had to install these shelves for my magic tomes. But I digress. Let's not talk about this establishment that I have obtained control over. I didn't build it. I just took it from somebody. I imagine you came here to talk about more than architecture and interior decoration, after all. Or perhaps you've turned over a new leaf. The Rising, architects for hire.
Oh,
That does
right.
kind of work if we're, like, rising buildings up, right? Or bridges.
I'm sure you.
Stone wall.
I'm sure you got a report from your clone, but I would like to say that, like, the Conclave is bad fucking news, and I don't know if we're gonna win this thing or what, but I do know that we don't want the Conclave to win, so Silas is here, you're here, we're here. Kind of want to go out and murderize Silas until he's dead.
And then what?
Well, we have some other of the Episcopalises left. As well as that big floating island. We haven't figured out a way to deal with the floating islands. We'll probably visit the Broodvars after Silas is out of the way, since Cal's sibling is up there and all that.
I see. I find your plan upsetting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Would you
I would have
prefer-
hoped that you had more in mind than this.
We're kinda winging
You
it,
think
but
we're going to tell
currently we
you
have a-
everything?
One of you says you're winging, the other says you have a plan.
I mean, we have a
You
pretty
must- you
developed
must-
plan for killing Einn. Or not for killing Einn, for killing Silas. I misspoke, sorry.
You must understand.
Get the gap.
When you say that we come in unprepared, Venari has a big ego. Her ego starts to take over, so she says
Yeah.
things she doesn't mean.
Please understand that
Venari-
Alex is guiding us all, so there's always a plan.
As you can see, the classic Alexis ego, right?
This isn't, just religious dogma, it's true. We all have our part to play.
Never understood why they called it dogma. There's no dogs involved.
Well, I mean,
It's-
everyone's involved, dogs as well.
You think
All
Alex is
dogs-
better than the Conclave?
Do all dogs go
Absolutely.
to heaven?
But unquestionably better.
She legally has to because she's an Alexis, so...
Well, no, I happen to agree with him.
And when Alex set up these evil deities, did you think he was correct in doing so?
I believe it's equally as important to work with people you don't like as with people you do like. In
And
order
so,
to make the world a better place and to progress
the
forward.
Conclave that he appointed himself, he was the one who granted them divinity, yes?
Not all of them.
The
didn't know
vast
this.
majority.
This is cool.
So, if he did all this, then is he not responsible for the state of the world that we're in?
Of course he's responsible for it. He's what drove away the demons and led us to this state. If we were not in this state, we'd be in a worse state. Of course, you can't make progress without, going through rough spots, but it is progress nonetheless. You can't instantly get to the perfect world. You have to work toward it.
I've studied your deity, Alexis. I find him wanting. He wishes for a better future and has no plan on how to make it.
We like to call it the agile methodology. You just iterate, improve it over time.
What about Elise? Elise has far lower plans, and she achieves them. She teaches people not to use lethal magic, and that's her plan. And it's
Elise
going
has.
pretty swimmingly so far.
Elise is and always has been too soft.
Yeah, she's not like Xeno.
Xenos is a monster who must be stopped.
I'll tell you who aren't soft. It's us. Now, we have a similar problem with Silas. We just want to get rid of him. And you do too, no?
I'm curious, the Rising. You've come forward to me in my chambers, seeking an alliance to defeat an enemy that you wish to destroy.
Yeah, that's the one.
Are you incapable of destroying the enemy on your own?
Well,
It would be far riskier than doing it with your help.
I asked the question, are you incapable of destroying the enemy on your own? Because the enemy is not destroyed at the moment. And it's at your gates.
That is correct. Silas is an indefeatable enemy for us.
Then we propose a way to make it so that they are defeatable. The mutual plan, we both benefit from this.
Or, at the very least, if you still deem him to be undefeatable, we come up with some kind of truce, so he at least gets off of your back. You can convince him to go elsewhere, that something else is more pressing.
I'm afraid you misunderstand my enemy's intentions, Bonari. You're approaching this from a perspective which I would believe an Alexis would have. You are not approaching this from the perspective of a realist. Silas wants nothing more than the complete eradication of anything that is antithetical to the Conclavist doctrine. That includes my very existence.
Again, you have to understand, it's the Alexis ego. She thinks that somehow we'd be able to convince a monster such as Silas. Of course, that'd be impossible. We must eradicate them.
I believe I was speaking very realistic in that we must have a plan B should the first one fail. Something else to try.
Yes. There's no truce that you can make with Silas. If you probably have been advised of some sort of plan to meet with him, this is not the first time he's reached out to somebody. Do you know what happens to them?
No.
Are you going to tell us?
Silas decides their soul is too hard to work with. After all, you might rebel. So instead, he carves out their soul and places an angel in its stead. Much easier to control.
That sounds kind of gross and bloody.
And disgusting. That's horrible. It's
Well, this is what
truly
you're
horrific.
up against. If you honestly think you can convince someone of that nature, well, it's up to you. I do not trust it as far as I can throw it. And I am not very physically adept, so I cannot throw things very far.
Oh, you look fine.
I am a massive disembodied soul given form by an egg. With that
Perfect form.
said, I do believe I have a path to victory.
What's your
And
path to
so,
victory?
I'm confident. I prefer to play my cards close to my chest.
Oh, come
Now-
on. What's the fun in that? We don't get to witness your genius.
I have no desire for personal glory, Happy. I have never cared about how the rest of the world sees me. They look at me as a monster, just because of how I am. I used to use magic to alter my form so I would be less repulsive or hideous to those around me. But eventually I decided I don't care if they don't like what I am, nor do I know what I am. But I am here. And I will do what I can to see the injustices of this world destroyed.
Well, your simulacrums they were like you at a certain point, no?
Yes, they are
Yes.
very similar to me.
They seem to care a lot about how we perceive them.
They are different than I am.
They seem
They have
very
not.
adamant that they were the same as you.
Of course they would be. They have one difference. They don't know what it's like to contain this aspect. I do. And believe me, I have complete control of this thing. But it's given me some perspective. You see, this aspect speaks to me. And I've learned that its voice correlates to something else. Can you feel it, aspects? Can you feel the heartbeat of the world?
Do you
No.
feel it?
Aerith, do you feel its pulse?
If you pause and think about it, you eventually feel literally the heartbeat of the world.
Neat.
Earthy.
And so, with that, I have come to understand something different than they could ever fully grasp. The nature of this corruption. This corruption brought on by your Alex, Vonari, the one who created the writ that we are now oppressed by. The writ is a monstrous thing. It is not natural. Wielder, you should know more than anyone else how deplorable it is to set your will against any living being, to take away their freedom. Then why
You
should
don't
we take away the
understand that.
freedom of the world?
That's a question I've been pondering myself. I don't have an answer just yet.
I do. My answer is I will reset to be for the time of the conclave, and I will prevent the demons from entering. But more than that, I will prevent any new writ from being formed. I will take the ball and I will go home with it. The world will be free to choose how it sees itself. No one else.
This is different from what you were told your idea was before.
It's evolved. I've had 2 years to ponder this, Vonari.
And given
Alex was
2
a
more years,
product
how
of
do you
the
know you wouldn't
world.
change your mind again?
I can promise you I won't change my mind. My conviction is set. Though my goal remains the same, my motive has changed. I am doing this for the freedom of everything, including the world that we stand on. Because this world is alive.
Alex is a product of the world. The world chose to come to this state. What would you be but another person choosing the fate for us?
Alex is wrong. As was everyone who chose to seek the writ for their own needs. To make a new world overtop the existing one is to deny that the world itself is alive. Your writ is merely imposing your will over the existence of a sentient being.
Have you been talking to Sylvanas?
Sylvania is gone, and you should know that.
Long gone, but you're saying things that she would agree with. Or would
You're
have.
absolutely right. I have come to study this Sylvania. There are some books written in the Asnan tongue about this. The same Asnan language that has the basis of all my magic. And I've come to realize one thing. Our sin was hubris. We believe that because we are capable of magic, that we should be able to rewrite the laws of reality. And in doing so, we have led to this destruction. How much of Capcree's harms are just because someone thought they could do it? Think of everything Korakowski has wrought in the name of progress.
He's making a lot of good points. To
Is he?
Wielder.
It doesn't
To Wielder.
really feel like he's making a lot of good points.
I mean, they're not entirely disagreeable thoughts, but they're also very
How
optimistic.
can you people say these things?
If you were to
I need
like,
no external validation. I need no matter of the world or the universe in order to tell me that I deserve to live.
exactly, make
Yeah,
your chaos
Don't forget that Einn
ensures
is
nothing.
proposing killing all of us, so
Oh, not his
I'm
whole
anti
plan.
me dying.
I'm not saying everything he's saying is correct. I'm saying there are things he is saying that resonates with Wielder. I'm not going to turn on you guys. Don't worry. We're almost done with the campaign. Are we? Part 2.
It took me some time to come up with the idea. I wrestled with it myself. After all, I've come through all this journey to find who I am. I am a one-of-a-kind being in a world that wasn't meant for me. Am I wrong to impose my will, my idea for the future? But know this. When everything is said and done, I will remake the universe, and I will let everyone choose their own path. You will be reborn in it, in a better world.
A world of greater suffering, of more independence.
A world free of the sins and the scars that we have toiled with for generation upon generation. We have traded one oppressor for another, from the demons onto the conclave.
And you would just end up causing a third to occur, with no safety guards against that.
No, I don't believe so. And do you know why, the Rising? And you see
Why?
the slime creature just starts leaning in over the desk, kind of ballooning out. Because I've seen you. Because I've read of the protags. Because I know, when evil occurs, people will rise up to fight it. Time and time again. I do this because I believe in the inherent goodness of all sentient beings. I deny the preacher's ruling. We are not evil. We are capable of it, but innately, we are good. I believe there is a better future. Should we forego this tainted past of ours? Because I believe that we are better than what the preacher would say we are.
You erase all those past mistakes, they'll just be doomed to repeat. We must build on top of those failures to make something better, not try to wipe it clean like and pretend it never happened.
Perhaps. And your words have just as much merit as mine, Vonari. That is why I propose the following. In the end, once we've destroyed everything, when there's just us in the Crucible, let us do battle and see whose ideal proves stronger.
That sounds fine to me. It's very dramatic, but I am a sucker for drama.
There was a time when I wallowed in the same despair that the preacher and fate would have us. You drove me out of this despair, and you convinced me that my way is possible.
Will you join us then in destroying Celis so that we can have that battle in the Crucible later on?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Isaac.
Oh,
Oh,
I
can I-
forget that. Can someone else want to say that?
Don't-
You're the
You've already
charisma
got-
person.
You've got flash of genius regardless.
Funny.
You rolled an 11.
Yes. I think I will.
Well then, my fellow idealist, in this event where we must test the purity of our souls against one another, let us agree to this in the interim, that we do not cripple each other as some of your peers have done me.
I found their very action repugnant, which is why I have done everything I can to stop Fim's insidious deeds. I'm sure you remember, I did help you out to the best of my ability back then.
I
He
remember.
crossed a line. This is not fair competition of ideals. He would cheat to win. Such a tainted victory is nothing. I must have a complete victory. And so... And then Einn grows a large hand. I look forward to doing honorable battle with you.
I'll shake his hand.
I'll bounce
Yeah.
formally.
Is it slimy?
It is.
I can't cast prestidigitation yet.
Happy would shake the hand and make no reaction to the sliminess. She wouldn't even wipe her hand on her shirt or anything.
Isaac is wiping his hand, but he's trying to do it somewhat discreetly.
Oh, one other thing, bearer of the light shard.
Ah, yes.
In my ending, should you choose to go with my testament, the living light will be free to enter the world.
Hooray.
We need to have a serious talk about the living light.
But Einn seems to know about the living light. What questions do you have, Wielder?
Yeah, what is the living light? What?
It's like a-
Yes, just what is it? We don't even know that.
Have you attempted to contact it?
I haven't. Happy's the only one among us that has anything to do with it.
You said it, Among Us. Hooray!
When the imposter is sus! Yes, well, you could have your bearer of the light shard communicate with it. I have had a few conversations with the living light myself, though my light shard bearer was Jock Rob. Eventually, he decided he was better than the living light, and so he ripped its control from him.
It's control? What do you mean it's control?
The living light is, to an extent, a parasitic entity.
It controls people?
It influences their thoughts, actions,
It does
and
not.
moods,
I
are you saying?
do not put them down this line of thought. I've convinced them.
I don't know.
otherwise.
I don't know, Happy. We have noticed. I have noticed it
No,
before.
I am perfectly fine. I am acting of my own free will. What he means by parasitic is when I use the light shards, it damages me.
But I kind of look at Venari. It's like, what do you think about this?
You've certainly changed, Happy. In both
I'll roll
motivation
insight
and
on Happy.
demeanor.
Yeah, roll.
I-
inside.
Yeah, I would definitely want to roll insight. Can I do that, Pog?
You can certainly try.
We can certainly try.
I help or roll my own.
17.
Alright, Happy, what did they
Hell
get from
yes.
that?
Happy's telling the complete truth, as far as she's concerned.
Or
What?
she's-
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. As far as she's concerned.
As a
Okay.
player, as a player, as far as I'm concerned, I've never been compelled to do anything. So That's what
There've been. Are you saying you've never played it off to be like?
Oh my god.
It's-
You got the answer!
Right. There have been times where it's like, is this Happy talking or is this the living light? We don't know what the living light is. Happy,
I mean,
what?
Happy doesn't know either, really. Or if she's concerned, she's just doing what she wants to do.
Okay. Then Einn, what is the living light?
The living light is a parasitic entity that has gained a modicum of divinity. As such, it is barred from entering the world. It is a radical lawful being.
Radical lawful being.
Okay.
That is correct. It believes in absolute order above all else.
This does not seem in line with free will. Not what I would expect from someone that wants to destroy the writ entirely.
No, but nonetheless, it has a right to exist. This is a paradox, but one that you must understand. For there to be freedom, I cannot control the acts of lawful beings and tell them what they must do.
Of course.
To that end, the living light has every right to share its ideals. That is my earnest belief. Not that I necessarily agree with the living light, but imagine, if you will, spending your entire life locked away inside a closet. You know there's a great world out there, but a lock has prevented you from entering.
Isn't it more like it can't enter the closet? Because the material plane is a small part of the planerscape?
It is a small part in terms of size, but in terms of soul density, it is massive. And soul density is the most important thing.
What?
Of course, that's to divine beings.
So they can continue to use us as batteries for their afterlife?
Yes, that is correct.
It has a big soul. What does that even mean? Does that mean that it's good?
No, saying the material plane is a big soul density. There's a lot of living beings here.
The material plane is much more hospitable than, for example, the plane of fire.
I just wanted to visit the City of Brass.
It's overrated. They charge too much for everything, and the food there is terrible. If you have a lot of money, it's fairly good, I suppose.
Angie now just wants to go to the City of Brass even more.
Planar travel, baby. So it's a parasitic thing that gained divinity.
That is correct.
Do you know about the nature of that, or is that just enough?
No, Jock Rob didn't really want to talk to it very much. Jock Rob doesn't want to do anything, really. He's kind of annoying that way.
He's annoying in a couple of ways.
Isn't he your brother? Don't be so mean to him.
Are they related?
They're co-aspects.
Dast, I guess. Kinda. Not really. That would all have to do with Garlmir anyways. Not Wielder.
I was talking about Einn, not you.
Oh,
Although you're now
I
not
thought you
older,
were
so
talking about
it would kind of apply to you now.
You fail to understand how Project Faith came about. It differs from person to person. We all had our own method of entry. Jock Rob, for instance, was an aspect before there were even such a thing as an aspect. Sylvania gave him this power before she really knew what to do with it. Then, of course, there was Nula, who was engineered in a lab by Capcree. Irene was raised from birth to be a powerful soldier. Far was an existing powerful soldier who we gave the aspect as part of the plan. Now, as for little old me, I created my own aspect.
Really?
Oh.
I have been long since in captivity. Unfortunately. I would not like to discuss this, but essentially fate had my soul at the time. Don't worry, I have since reclaimed my soul. She wanted to see if someone else could manipulate Naxonchi in the same way, to create an aspect in the same way that she created the aspects for everyone else. And so I've created my own. This is likely why I have absolute control of my aspect, and everyone else has their personalities warped.
Be able to make more of them right now?
Presumably, if she wanted to.
How long does that take?
For her, likely only a few years. It took me 7 to do mine.
Is that through the aspects came about because of Griffin's grief?
Yes, a powerful emotion must be used as a conduit. Emotions shock the soul of the stone dragon, which allow us to then mold it.
Doesn't that mean
Okay.
the pro tags are the cause
So that's
of all
how
this?
they got.
One might even say that this is the sequel to Bustan Calamity.
All right, so that clears it up. I never really understood how they got his emotions and turned them into aspects. It's because they had an influence on the egg or on the stone dragon.
Exactly.
And they were able to take. Okay. It was like recorded within the egg somehow. It left a powerful mark. Okay. How did they start doing this before the egg appeared, or how did
the egg has always been here.
everyone? Well, then what started all of this? What?
Didn't Alex and Shiva bring the eggs?
But no, more recently, like for creating the aspect.
You're asking how we did it?
How did you have access to it at that point?
For a long time, we didn't know how to gain access to it. Until a member of the Foremorn family discovered how. He shared the research, and it made its way up the ranks, until eventually Fate heard about it.
Foremorn, that's
I don't recognize that name.
not fuck. What was Ira's last name?
Or Morn.
Was it?
Is it not?
Oh,
You recall a journal that you were given by Ira Wielder.
yeah, but I didn't have anything about that in here. I only got a page. No, I specifically, I think, only got the page from it.
It
Hold
was
on,
written by grandfather for one.
Yeah.
yeah. Let me look at that.
It's all evil Ira's fault.
What is Ozris's? Oh, it's Jax. That's and see what he sent. Yeah, he only sent me a little bit. I wouldn't have seen that. Essentially, she ripped out a couple pages and handed them to me.
Mm-hmm.
So Ira's family
Somewhere down the line.
was already doing research on the stone dragon, which explains why Ira has experience enough to put
Gotta
my
get shade
soul
pool
back
access.
into my body.
The Formoids
Shade-
had been studying intently the type of magic that I specialize in, which is Asnan magic.
necromancy.
That is correct. But the original form of necromancy, not the bastardized version that most of the
Yeah.
people use.
God, what? It's been years for Ira. I wonder what she's up to.
Who knows?
Probably learning magic at the wizard school.
Think they're still doing that?
It's unclear. We'll find out in the spin-off TV series that will be airing on Amazon Prime.
Oh. Thank you, Jeff Bezos.
I don't know. It's kind of weird to put a spin-off
Man,
or
It really
characters in
sucks
each
that
other.
we lost Ira so early on.
Okay,
Ira's
well,
not forgotten, still a major part of the story.
we're gonna try to find a way to the best way to attack Sealus. So we'll get back to you. We'll send you a sending in a few days. The place and time of where we're gonna beat the shit out of this guy.
Wonderful. I'd look forward to working alongside you.
You said you had a plan to take him down. Does that involve having to meet him at all? Because we have potential ways to talk to him.
I suppose I can let you know. I did have a plan for dealing with him. This plan will happen a lot quicker than your plan.
Really?
Einn pulls on a book, and suddenly a pod appears, and you can see that there is a clone of the Naixanchi version of him.
Like the form he is now?
Yes.
Oh, you're just going to fight him, and if you died, you just come back.
No.
That's
I
not-
am
that's not
going
what he's
to
trying
have the clone take over this location, and we'll just leave.
That's a solution? The win?
Yes,
It's-
we'll waste his time, and then we'll gain power elsewhere. He is stuck in this impasse, but I can create clones, and he cannot. You see?
Are we confident he can't?
I'm 100% confident. I know what his capabilities are completely. Nonetheless, let's not focus on that. Let's focus instead on this plan that doesn't involve spending 6 months creating a Naixanchi clone of myself. Because we can probably do this in like a week. That's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see you in like a week then.
Wonderful.
I give you a high five, but.
Does
yeah.
he speak out of just one of his mouths, or do they all speak at the same time?
It depends on like what form he's in. Right now he's just in like this mass and they all speak simultaneously. But he can take a form, he doesn't like doing that apparently. Hello, The Rising. Have you finished speaking with us?
Yes.
Very well. Would you like an escort? Or do you think you're competent enough to handle this on your own?
No, you've done a good job protecting the city, so it's just like a city. So I think we'll be fine.
Although for dubious reasons.
As much as we dislike the people living here, the upper class, there are workers here as well that don't deserve to die. We've done our utmost to protect them. That's right, Einn. I agree completely. The people here, for the most part, are rich scum. The type that prove exactly why it is that we have to do what we do. But the workers that are employed here, these are people with dreams that wanted something better. So they came to Slaypool. Talking to some of the guards breaks my heart, thinking about just how stuck they are. Did you know that Capcree would put people in contracts that they could never pay off?
Yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with how Capri operates.
It's horrible.
Especially that Percy guy, he's the most horrible.
We have our own feelings about Percy, don't we? And then you hear the one from the bench sits up. I hate Percy so much. He's just the worst.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Well, the worst is a strong way to put it, but he's definitely up there.
No, I believe Percy is the worst. He's different from something like Fate or Nula, where their malice is just who they are. Percy is capable of compassion and love and care, and he chooses not to show this to anyone but the elite.
I don't know if he's actually capable of any of that stuff.
I think everyone's capable of all that stuff. Especially if you truly believe that everyone is inherently good.
Well, I mean, maybe Percy was inherently good when he was a baby, but now he's just kind of a shitty person and awful, and nobody should ever talk to him ever again.
You think he's beyond redemption?
Yeah, and I think the problem with that is that it's just inherently bad deeds. You can get away with them over and over and over. You can build a whole career, life on top of
He found a way.
after bad act.
He found a way to turn people's souls into spells so that they would literally cast their life to do powerful magic.
Yep.
Yeah, see, he is irredeemable, and we should kill him the next time we see him.
Well, that doesn't sound that bad, right? Using your soul.
No, it's pretty
power
bad.
spell,
I mean, they aren't willing, Wielder.
That's true.
Even if they were willing.
Well, aren't they
Remember
willing?
we fought these guys? They were forced to like explode themselves on us.
Well, yeah, but weren't they willing about that?
No, they're not willing. They're literally compelled by the magic that makes them.
They're not willing when they become the spells.
No, they're forced into this, and then the spell that makes them literally compels them to do whatever Capcree says. Including turning themselves into a fireball.
I just wanted to make sure that we weren't harping on about the whole using the spell, using the soul thing, because that's kind of what I do.
No, it's more like literally using your soul as a fuel source entirely and then not having a soul.
Okay.
By the way, imagine not having a soul. That's terrible, isn't it, Einn?
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't imagine what it would be like to not have a soul. Good thing souls exist in this world. You said it, Einn.
Oh, hold on, I don't really know what it's like to have a soul in the first place. I mean, 'cause I don't know what it's like to not have one.
Dude, would the simulacrums have souls?
You hear
so.
every voice in unison say, "We have souls."
Can I make an Arcana check?
Okay.
No, seriously, do they?
I think this is racist against simulacrums.
I mean, what is a soul, after all?
Simulacrums have
30.
souls.
Okay.
Whoa.
Where the fuck do they get the souls from?
They probably come
That's where
into
other souls
being.
come from.
Well, I mean, you could just cast a spell and create. This is a new soul. What happens? That's actually cool.
You take soul energy from the boneyard and then make a new soul.
That's tough. Damn.
Is
you
there
can
like
just
a
Oh, so it
fixed
comes
number of
from the
soul
boneyard.
matter in the world?
Yeah, I was about to ask, what's
Or does it
the
get converted from
conservation
something
of
else?
soul?
I mean, you are technically taking some of the existing soul matter to make the simulacrum, but also you're creating a new being.
That's spooky.
Alright. Yeah, that makes sense. Simulacrums do have souls.
Simulacrum gaming.
What even is free will, anyways? As long as you're not aware of the forces affecting you, it's free will.
That's all Wielder is thinking about right now. Like, what is free will?
Because, if you know magic's influencing you, you no longer have free will. But if you're not aware of it, you have free will.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't
And
get
this-
affected by everything.
And it's not like because the writ currently says one thing that everything we do is affected by that.
All right, everyone, let's give it up for Daniil Dozani Gesh, my favorite character in Faith.
Yay.
We need his fucking aspect.
Now we know what he actually is. That was my last big question about him. Like, what is he? He's just a blob of Nyaxanchi.
No, it's not. This is a recent
he?
change.
Very recent.
He's
Oh,
only recently started doing this.
I thought no. He said he was changing his appearance or something.
Yeah, he was changing his appearance, but he existed prior to that. And he also said everyone called him weird because they didn't know what he was.
Well, yeah, but
Wielder, I guess we don't know what he used to be.
Okay, what was he?
He doesn't
I thought
know.
you were saying. I thought you were saying he looked so weird because he's not really a thing. He's just some arbitrary form of Nyaxanchi. No, he was already some unknown weird thing.
That's correct. He took up magic
man.
initially to change his shape, but then after a while he stopped doing that.
Oh yeah, when
Because
he
he
was
felt
like
he
the
was
chess
liking it.
player, he was super weird looking, right? He was like one of a kind. People didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
got like a huge head,
Like weirdly
Like, I was
long
thinking,
limbs
like,
or
he's
something.
like
He has
Yeah,
extremely
huge head,
long
super
limbs.
long
He has a
legs.
huge head. His eyes kind of bulge out a little bit. His mouth is too large. He is too thin. It looks like he can't support the weight of his head with his body.
Oh, he didn't even know what he was? Jeez.
It's Daniil Dozanigesh, baby.
I was like, oh, what a nice, simple explanation for why he looked so weird. It's like, oh, he's an amorphous blob thing. No, he just looked that weird. Now he looks weird, but in a different way.
Yeah. Now he chooses whatever weird form he wants.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't really
Everybody.
convince him to go to No Man's Land.
Hey, he did. He said he would
I
go.
think that
Oh.
turned out a lot better. Where we just get him to be on our side. Than being like, hey, how about we meet here for a picnic?
No Man's Land.
We might be
With
late.
Silas,
so
our best
just-
bud.
Yeah, we might be late, so if we don't show up, don't get suspicious.
All right. So you are now going to Silas.
Yeah, we gotta see
Yeah.
what he's doing.
We have to do this carefully.
Well, we shouldn't go to Silas. We should figure out some other way because remember that thing that Einn said where Silas rips out your soul if you go to him?
Yeah.
I mean, we might just have to fight Silas. Though.
Well,
I mean, are we still trying to backstab our boy Einn now? Even though
Are
there's
we?
potential pact. Well, we're gonna be if we if we still stick with the bomb.
I know that was
Yeah.
originally the plan,
Yeah,
but then
we
when he
totally
agreed to
are.
like team up,
If we're still
I was
sticking with
like,
the bomb
oh yeah,
plan, we're
this is good
backstabbing
too.
him. Like quite literally, we're straight up pact. He's willing to make a pact. He doesn't seem like the worst person to make a pact with.
He's made up of a roiling mass of black tar that forms faces and limbs at random.
Come on, don't be so
What?
judgmental.
He's an okay guy.
I mean, like
Physical
literally, he's
appearance
like,
doesn't
well,
matter.
he'll give us like a fair, even playing field duel at the end.
Well,
And
he says that, but
I think he's telling the truth.
I think so too. But you never know.
His motivations would lead me to believe that if he isn't telling the truth, I don't know if we can really trust any of his motivations.
Well, we don't need to trust him. We can blow him up with a bomb.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know what we do about
Well,
it if we
The
don't
thing
trust
is,
him.
I kind of don't want to do that to this guy.
that
It's
was a
too
decent-
late. The die is cast. The bomb is planted.
The bomb is planted.
I haven't even built the bomb yet.
There's 45 seconds until it explodes. We can either be there or not be there. But
Well, no,
he's
we
gonna
have a
be there.
trigger. We have a trigger now. It
Don't
doesn't-
forget, he's evil and wants to kill us and everyone else who ever existed. Like,
Yeah, but
you
he's
were
not a
siding with
bad
a genocide guy.
Yeah, but
You
he's
were
not.
siding with a genocide guy.
He's
Let's
not.
not do
He's a
that.
bad
He's
guy,
not-
but he's not a
He's
bad
not
guy.
at the. Okay, so if the
We
problem
need his
is-
aspect either, regardless.
we do not disagree that we have to eventually get rid of him. It's
Yeah.
about when we do it. He's not
But
at the
how?
moment
And
going on a genocidal spree.
Oh, he's just preparing for it and gathering power and becoming more and more
he's
horrible.
not. He's not doing it till he has the writ, and he said he's gonna fight. He'll let us fight him to the death for the writ in a
But
fair
why
fight.
would we do that when we could just blow him up?
Because he is an ally. He'll provide utility for everything else leading up to that duel.
It's not the greatest look if we make alliances and immediately kill people.
Then we just backstone the
Nobody else will even know about that. So it
Look,
doesn't matter
man.
what it looks like.
He's genocidal, but he's not mindlessly genocidal.
Yeah.
Oh, he's smart Hitler. I got it. We definitely
Yeah.
shouldn't blow him up now.
He thinks
That
about it and he
was-
feels bad about it.
No,
he's
it's
not
not that.
genocidal. He's
Like Ron Never
omnicidal, and
existed.
also he doesn't feel bad about it at all because there's
Well,
no,
like-
it's a victimless crime.
Except for all the
preacher is
victims.
mundicidal.
There are
This
no
guy's
victims.
just genocidal.
The victims cease to exist. There's no victims.
That's
Yeah.
victims. There's a
No,
lot
they're
of
not.
victims.
There's no
No, they're
victims.
not. They don't exist anymore.
They never existed.
Like,
But I mean-
imagine.
Yeah, and they
The
never
prophecy of
existed
Turbo
in the first
Hitler, McFacetar.
I'm
Okay,
not saying.
imagine a tree. All right, I've now blown up the tree. Is the tree a victim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, because it was a tree and now
No.
it's victimized.
But the tree doesn't exist.
Yeah, but you made it so it doesn't exist.
Oh,
The tree doesn't exist.
But you made
well,
it. So
that's not even a fair comparison because the way he wants to make them not exist is in a true. They don't exist anymore. Plus, they never existed in the first place since.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the
Reset
thing. How is that?
Everything.
It's a victimless
How-
crime if we blow him up, because then he
how-
doesn't exist. There's
how
no
is that-
victims.
How does that make it
No,
different?
but he exists as particulate in the air and blood spatter or Naxanti spatter.
That's
everywhere.
actually like functionally
plan.
to me, it's not any different than just killing people. I guess it's a little bit
They-
different if you make it so that someone never
They
exists.
wouldn't exist.
No one's mourning them. I guess that's the only difference. You're still technically
Either way, I'm still pro bombing him.
you're functionally just killing. I'm just putting on the
So
table.
we're
that-
still on the bombing plan.
I'm just putting on the table that he could be an ally that helps us get to the Stone Egg, Lorette, gets rid of all the other enemies at play, and then we just have him to deal with.
Except
That might,
Do we
we
want
need
him
his
more
to
aspect.
useful.
enemies
That might be
for
more
us?
useful than otherwise.
how are you gonna take down the preacher? We don't have all the aspects.
He's an aspect. He'll be with us.
Didn't he say he was just going to give it to us?
He's never gonna give us his aspect.
Well,
He
he's
won't be with us because Pog doesn't do DM PCs.
no, it's not a DM PC. You just bring him
And-
with us.
Now for an apology
I'm
right
not talking
here.
about. I'm
But
not
they don't do
talking about
anything.
like sparing him or
No, I'm
teaming
saying
up with him.
we end up fighting him. We do in fact end up trying to thwart him. I'm not saying we just let him do his shit, but I'm saying having him a fully capable aspect on our side to do everything from between point A and B, and then we deal with them at the end. I don't think that's necessarily something that's worth that you could just discount right away.
I mean, that's what I was doing with
this.
Percy and Capri. So,
What
Yeah,
if
but,
music
like,
was a fully capable aspect?
with Percy and Capcree, there wasn't the little underlying thing of like, yeah, we're gonna try to get rid of each other at one point. Here, there is. It's literally on the table. We're going to eventually kill this thing, or it's gonna kill us. But it's gonna help us from A to B.
This thing, that's a guy. You're talking about
Sorry,
a man.
Einn, sorry. No, I'm only doing that because him called it a disgusting, massive. I don't know what he said.
oh,
Einn.
A roiling mass of tar that randomly forms faces and limbs.
I'm not prejudiced against him for that.
Because like either way, like without him, we're still going to be fighting enemies that are doing they're trying to do demonstrably horrible things, right?
Bernard's just molting because he pointed out many of the failings of Alex.
Alex a bomb. What?
I mean, Alex himself admitted it wasn't a perfect solution. Didn't have enough time to make a perfect solution.
I'm good with whatever though. We should probably just vote.
Also, religiously, this guy deletes magic.
What?
And he's not like discerning about it. He's got denial.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like confusing Xenos and Einn.
He
No.
deletes the magic.
I don't Xenos Dast. Dast is the opposite.
Yes.
Dast is pro magic.
Big Dast.
What's his lacrim of his current form finished? Or is it gonna
No,
take another
that's
6 months?
6 months, he said.
It's
Yeah,
not
if we
just
did-
a simulacrum. It's like a clone
full
that
clone.
uses Nixonchi.
That's what confused me at first. Is it the clone spell? Or
It is
it's just
not
more-
exactly because
yeah.
the clone wouldn't have Nixonchi, so he's like modifying the clone.
And also the clone spell, like, it doesn't come up at the same time you.
Basically, if we blow him up now,
So-
he's dead. If we wait 6 months, he will have a backup.
Well, he'll probably have at least one simulacrum out there that we'll get to kill later.
I mean, but they have limited spell slots.
Yeah, exactly. So we just like fight them a little bit, then run away. And it's like, good luck next time. Okay, well, we're gonna blow them up. That's my vote.
Yeah, is that okay?
Everyone else can vote. Whether
Either
we blow up Turbo Hitler or coexist with
We'll
Turbo
blow up
Hitler.
whoever
Oh, yeah.
manages.
It's not coexisting.
He's
with
not.
Turbo
He's not
Hitler.
Hitler. He's not.
Well,
Hitler.
I mean, he basically is. No, I'm not. Gonna lie.
He's not though.
I mean, he's gonna. Okay, he's worse than Hitler. He's gonna kill everything.
Gonna systematically kill
No,
everything.
they wouldn't exist, and plus they would have never existed.
Okay, this is a dumb argument.
That's even
for voting.
worse.
No, that doesn't. No, that's basically
Being erased from
killing
history is
something.
even worse.
Does Wielder actually think that's different? That's basically killing someone.
This is me
I mean, like,
leading into it. Having love. I love time travel, and I love time travel stories, and I love things like this. I've thought about something like this. Would it really be that bad?
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
bring it. Let me
Oh my
bring this
God.
into full picture then. All right, everyone.
Okay, okay.
Every single time in 5 a.m. time reset, the protags destroyed every being that existed.
Yeah.
Destroy every being that existed in 5 a.m.
Well, in 5
So,
a.m.
okay, you remember
bubble.
the end of Back to the Future when Marty accidentally kills his own grandmother and then he's like fading away into nothing because he never existed in the first place? Was that sad? Because you're saying that it wasn't sad because it's a victimless crime, right?
Well, he wouldn't slowly fade. That's like a dramatic effect.
Oh,
He wouldn't
no, that's
slowly fade away. He'd, like it
different.
instantaneously disappear.
How is that different?
Because he remembers at that point,
What?
and things
Okay, so
continue
if I
to exist without him, and he's isolated.
If I shoot someone in the back of the head and they don't know they died, they just died instantly.
This
They
is
don't
Oh,
think-
well, other people could come up and say, "Hey, look, that guy's got a hole in his head."
okay, let's say like I shoot them and I make the body disappear. No
Uh-huh.
one saw it. I shoot them in the
Hey,
back.
hey,
of the head.
People
you
knew
guys-
he
you
existed
guys
before
see-
that point. He had
Have you
influence
guys
on the
seen
world up to
Kyle
that
around?
point.
I haven't seen him around.
Okay, it's a
I wanna
complete
keep the
hermit.
focus on Back to the
The
Future.
most
before
this
you
the
go.
most this hermit ever did. The most this hermit ever did is like grow some food for itself to eat. It's never met a single person, a living soul. You kill it.
Mhm.
They'll influence the environment.
Okay, but why is influencing the environment like? Why does that matter? You're taking away a conscious being,
Because it's in the universe. It contains things that exist.
but you're still taking away a
His things,
conscious
they
being.
don't exist anymore, and they never would. They never existed.
Yes, I'm
It
agreeing
would
with
be-
you. I'm agreeing with you,
it would-
actually.
My from my perspective, it's not that they no longer exist. It would be that they never existed.
Which
It
is
would be
it's worse than killing someone.
identical.
Probably,
Well,
yeah.
no,
it's
because they
worse
never
too.
existed. You didn't do it to anyone because they never existed.
No, but then every positive thing they've ever done.
Well,
every
they
negative
did exist, and you just erased all traces that they ever existed, which undoes
Yeah,
all
to
of the
a
effects that they
point
had,
where it was fundamentally
making their
the
life
same
been
that-
completely pointless.
I don't know.
But
Like,
anyways,
let's say we go back to
does this
this
matter?
is precisely a Stephen King novel. Let's say we go back and try to stop JFK from getting assassinated.
Everyone, welcome to the time travel ethics session.
Well, we can't even time travel in this.
We're voting.
Like-
We're voting.
If we go back in time and change something, it creates. a
But
whole
but
new
listen,
universe.
but
Is that what
we
happened?
don't do it. We don't affect anything. We're done, and we go back to the present. Is the world the same? I mean, he could reset to a point, change it, and then everything else except the bad thing he wants to get rid of continues on as it did before.
I don't think you can erase something without having
Says
better
the guard.
effects.
Happy as Chakram's aspect.
Okay,
But
no,
I say,
no aspects.
whoever we
Well,
can
there's
convince
two
to go to
aspects
that
left, really.
spot in No Man's Land, that's what we blow up. If we can't convince both of them,
Yeah.
well, we blow up one of them.
There's Einn in the.
I was just
in the
excited to
future
talk about
ones.
time travel.
Okay, I'm not. So
To be
let's,
honest,
let's vote. We have 2 votes for exploding him. Would anyone else like to vote?
but yeah, we still have to figure out how we're getting them to the spot.
I think it's easier to convince Sealess if we're blowing up both of them, because we say, you're going to win a one-on-one fight. We've convinced him to come out there. You just have to show up and do your thing.
Yeah, we just be like, hey,
I
our
think
mission
that- I think
is
that would
always
work.
has been to kill the aspects, and we have convinced them that our mission has changed to kill you. But that's dumb.
Okay.
We still want to kill the aspects.
Yeah. I
So
think that
getting
sounds
both
like a
for
good
one,
plan.
I think is easier.
Let's just get
Yeah.
ready in case Silas tries some fuck shit. to,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
kill Silas.
'Cause he's not going to be trustworthy whatsoever.
Like, prepare all your best spells for combat stuff. I don't know what Silas does, but whatever he
Okay.
does.
Is that? Do I hear a
You
third
probably-
vote for exploding him?
We should probably also prepare the bomb beforehand in case something goes wrong and we need to.
More like, is
Cut
there any
back
votes for,
this way?
you explicitly have a really good reason why we should not blow them both up?
The only, I guess, good reason is
No.
just that he might help us. And there's a lot of shit to do still. We gotta take out Fate. We gotta go to-
Oh yeah, that's it. Because right now
That's
he's offering assistance to us, but
And he's not going to be genocidal at all until he can get his hands on the writ. So that's the only thing you have to stop him from doing. So if we're confident that we can stop him from doing that, then it's actually like it seems to me, if we're confident of that, it'd be a no-brainer to side with him. But also, there's only 2 aspects left, so let's just explode him.
Isn't he the last aspect?
I was told there was 2. Tim said.
Yes.
Yeah, Nula.
Oh, well,
I
yeah,
did the preacher.
Yeah, so he'd be really helpful in taking down the preacher, I think.
Well, I think if Isaac
It would
got
also be
that aspect,
helpful if Isaac did like 1,000,000 damage rounds.
Yeah, he already does 1,000,000 damage.
Not if the preacher has resistance against him.
But denial, does that get rid of resistance?
every aspect we have.
Having an aspect.
Oh, having an aspect gets rid of this. Yeah, true.
And it gives him vuln stacks as well, so it'd be Isaac doing quad damage versus half.
I mean, I'm talking about like everything outside of combats too. I'm not talking about strictly just the
I don't
combats.
know if we necessarily need him for
Yeah.
the other
I mean, we
situations.
have our plan, right? We're just going on a tour of the world and murdering everyone. And he is part of everyone.
Okay. I feel like there must be. I mean, it's Einn. We're circumnavigating, fighting him himself. He must be useful in some capacity. I highly doubt that he's just a pushover that won't help us at all.
I mean, I don't fully expect this bomb to fully
So
mean,
you
he's
kill
got,
guys
him.
like,
are
odds to
wait.
do
You
that.
guys are setting up the bomb ahead of time, yes?
First, I think we talked to Silas, then we set the bomb up, right? Because we don't know what the timing's going to be like. Right? Or do we set
Okay.
the bomb up first?
We don't need to
Well,
time
shouldn't we have it in place first?
We should
Yeah,
just-
sorry, no, we have a trigger. Sorry.
Like if we go to them, either one of them, and say, "Hey, let's meet in this no man's land," and then later we're seen putting something in no man's land,
again, we're doing it in a tunnel underneath that no one can see into because it's a tunnel.
True. Under the tunnel, Sid
probably-
was spotted
here-
down there. Hey, what are
here-
you?
Here's what I think we should do, actually, then. So we should just be outside the radius as much as possible in the tunnels. Some of us to block people from entering for casualty's sake, but also to see if they send anyone to scout it.
Well, but anyone that's spying on us will see that we're guarding this area. Be like, what's
No,
up with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. We're just in the tunnels getting ready to
could
help.
seal it off. If I
Fine.
could get some planks and stuff, I can just seal off parts of the tunnels.
Secret tunnel.
It's full of spiders.
Secret
Who
tunnel.
wants to go there?
Through the mountain.
I don't
don't-
mind spiders.
We can seal it off. If you can seal it off, let's just seal it off. We can
Tunnel.
Do we have
Yeah.
dynamite? We can also just make.
Yeah, that won't be noticed at all.
It's a no man's land. Are there not just explosions and gunshots happening from both sides?
Well, but it's
Probably
tunnels.
not.
It's underground as well, which would mask some of the noise too. You just bomb it and collapse it.
Well, not in a tunnel.
Well,
The
it's
tunnels,
in the
all that.
tunnel.
Do you
all
remember
the
how hard it
noise
is to
energy-
destroy the Drake networks? Very, very hard.
Okay, why don't we just put mold earth then and put it in the ceiling and then mold earth on top of it?
Because it's a Drake network tunnel. You can't just build Earth. It's not Earth.
Okay, then we take a pickaxe and we make the.
It's
earth
it's like
Yeah.
you
Break it
need
up.
one of these bombs to destroy it.
You can just block the entryways. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I mean, you need one of the
Yeah,
bombs to blow it up, but that's like the tunnels are made in the first
Yeah,
place.
you could collapse. tunnels.
Anyways, the issue with just hiding it under the earth is if we're just trying to keep people out of that whole area, we should block it off at the entrances.
If you have a way to block them
Why?
off.
If they haven't been
I'm
in there in
done
2
with
years, why do we
discussing
think
this,
they'd go in
everyone.
now?
We've discussed this like way too much. Like, this is several hours of planning where to put the bomb.
The
Yeah.
bomb-
Yeah,
Time
let's
for a
just-
vote.
let's just
No
put the
further
bomb in there.
discussion.
We already know where we're putting the bomb.
All right, so
Yeah.
Cal's perspective is there's a demon living in their soul. So victory at any cost.
There's no reason why we'd think people would wander into this spider lizard infested area that they haven't been in for 2 years, and they're just now randomly choosing to go into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm fine with that. I
But
mean,
yeah,
I don't-
If we
let's
do
just put the
anything
bomb in
suspicious
there.
around that, it's just going to draw attention to it.
All right, let's go
Also,
down there.
also just
we'll
checking in.
find-
All of this has happened through telepathy, right? All of this in character discussion.
yeah, I would assume ever since we first entered the city and we're talking about like the
Okay.
tunnels and stuff, I'd imagine it was telepathy.
So you guys
Yeah,
are going to
we'll
the
find-
tunnels to plant the bomb. Who is planting the
Yeah.
bomb?
He has to
Gonna
make
build
the
the
bomb
bomb.
first.
I'm very dexterous. I feel like I should be the one.
So, it's literally just I've taken them apart. I'm remaking one, and I'm adding the
Trigger.
magical tinkering switch.
Okay, go ahead and give me a DC 18 magic technology check. Lower DC because you've worked on these before.
Come on,
with
six,
flash.
six,
Yes, I
six.
cannot
Blow us
fail.
up.
You're good.
Damn it.
All right, bomb get. Who is planting the bomb?
Either me or Cal. I can spider climb, and Cal wants to, so probably Cal.
Yeah, if Cal wants to, just let her.
Okay, Cal, go ahead and give me a stealth check then.
Well, what about Happy? Because can't Happy build like?
Cal,
I can
go
just,
ahead and give me
I-
a stealth check here.
Do you want me to do it? Sure. I thought
Yeah, never mind. Cal. It's Cal. I don't know why.
If Cal wants to
we
do it,
keep
Cal
going
can
back
just
on
do it.
things. Yeah.
I'm already doing it.
Already
I
doing it.
already. I mean, I rolled way after it started to get questioned, but I rolled an 18. So
Master stealth.
Hooray!
You were able to get there and plant the bomb.
All that talking to be resolved in 15 seconds and 2 dice rolls.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, it was so much talking for such a trivial act.
someone was
I
talking
tried to say
about
that like an
There
hour
was
and
a
half
lot of
ago.
other things
Someone was
going on.
talking about collapsing the tunnel, so I was like, okay.
Which we can't fucking do.
Yeah, I'm pretty
But
sure we can
anyways.
collapse sections of the tunnel with dynamite. I don't
If they
think
could
that-
do, they would have done
I feel
that.
like somebody in the conversation was really
itself.
trying to drive this to philosophy or something, but just
Womp
didn't
womp.
have an idea of where that conversation was going to go. And anyway, I rolled my stealth check. It's place.
Okay,
Let's do
Let's
this.
go talk to Silas.
All right.
Let's just wander across no man's land with a white flag. I'd be like, right in the flag, hey, Silas, we're here to talk to you as requested.
I could do sending
Okay.
to him.
You are. Let me know if you're going across no man's land or if you're going to do ascending.
I'm gonna do a sending to him to ask if his offer is still open to discuss, and we would like to come visit.
The spell automatically fails.
Oh,
Nice. You don't know Silas.
I think this would be a good time for me to ask.
you might be somewhere
Kofi-
warded. Yeah.
I think this would be a good time for me to ask Kofi if we should go to Silas, or if we should try a certain route, or if we should just go directly for bombing or something.
Oh yes, Silas talks to the gods, so like if we talk to the gods too, we can find out exactly what Silas is doing and if he'll eat our souls. Okay, do this commune, Venari.
Yeah, we
Venari
can
or
both
Cal?
commune.
Yeah, we can both.
Oh,
we get
Cal-
we
I
get
feel
two
like-
opinions.
I feel like probably Cal should do the first one because it's free, but maybe Venari should do
I mean,
the
it's
first
free
one
for me
because
too,
they're
it's original.
smarter. Oh, I see.
Nia Ray
Oh.
is a conclave god, so she's more likely to know what Silas is up to.
However, it is Kofi.
Oh,
Kofi.
Kofi is Tears.
same with Kofian, and commune magically compels the god to tell the truth.
Sure. Okay, so what are my 3 questions? I suggested the rough format for 3 of them, but I'm open to further specification or alternatives.
Will Silas do that thing to our souls if we go and try to convince him to come to No Man's Land?
I mean, we already asked this before. So we just for your information.
Yeah, I like Matt's earlier idea of just saying, hey, we got Einn to come out and just fight you one-on-one.
Well, yeah, but we had to go to
Do you
him
think
first.
he'd believe that even?
Don't leak information to Kofian. Kofian will tell him. Like if we give
Yeah.
Kofian the wrong information, she'll just tell Silas not to come.
Not necessarily. I don't think she can.
I mean, if
Would that
they
break the
commune
contract?
like every hour or something, then maybe that happens. But also
Will
for
Silas
striking
betray
now,
us
you know.
in our meeting?
Okay. I vote we start the music and Cal starts asking questions.
All right, I start asking questions. Wait, I touch my earring. I double tap so that I enter my phone call.
Does
All
it like
right.
the escape noise?
You leave your body once again, and you are sent to a temple of Kofian. Hello, Calcivir, you're back.
Hi, Sophie. I hope everything is good. That's not a question. I'm just saying my preference is that things
That's
are
not a
good for you.
question. You didn't phrase it as a question. That's a statement.
I'm glad that we're on speaking terms.
Well, I've come to know you a little bit. How have you been?
That seems cool. I am quite curious, although not asking the question of whether if you ask me a question, if I get extra questions. It seems like it would be a reasonable way for things to go. Anyway, I got my leg back, and that was really impactful to my feeling of self-worth, and also my ability to destroy undead and get people's souls back where they're supposed to be, and such things as that. So I'm feeling pretty good about my ability to destroy inanimate things, and also not being trapped underneath rubble caused by explosives. Speaking of rubble caused by explosives, I was wondering if we go to Silas, if he'll do that thing to our souls if we try to convince him.
Silas will not, for the simple reason that he needs you in top condition.
That
Us.
seems... that... I appreciate that information. Will Silas betray us in our meeting?
Not during the meeting, no.
Should we go see Silas right now?
I can't really answer that. It depends on what you're trying to do, I suppose.
I guess that sort of counts as an answer to my third question.
Don't know
Anyway,
as an answer.
I hope that your being in this place feels good to you and that you enjoy meeting with people like me in the future.
I far prefer people who don't worship me to people who do worship me.
That seems like maybe your followers should have a couple of lessons in etiquette or something along those lines.
No, it's not because of the followers. It's because I don't like being worshipped. And then Kofian disappears.
I relay the messages in as close to exact detail as I can.
Okay.
Not during the meeting, so he'll probably betray us during the battle in No Man's Land, which we don't plan to attend, which is funny.
I think that was just to specify how narrow that question was. Like, I don't think it was like he's not going to do it during the meeting, but he'll do it
But
after.
it does make the answer more valuable, right? Like, if you remember the answer to the third question still counted as it was still a question, but like we didn't really get anything out of it. I think the more specific the question, the better. Because now we can take advantage of that as long as we can sort of take advantage, like modify the meeting exactly entails.
It also means that any subsequent talks we have with them, we should be ready for backstabbings. Like he might just decide to betray us. But the meeting, I guess we can bring up whatever.
Maybe it wasn't perfect information, but it was actual information as opposed to our last question. Do you want to perform your ritual?
I've got at least one question I want to ask. I don't think of two more. You know what? I can just go and do it. Alright. I will ritually cast Commune with Alex.
Alright. Alex smiles down upon you. Hello, Vonari. How are you?
Pretty good. We're making progress. I have a few questions I'd like to ask. They require your guidance.
Be sure to ask them as specifically as possible. Do note that I can only answer 3 questions. We've done this before, but I just want to make sure that you don't fall for any traps. I know a lot of clerics will accidentally ask a mundane question in conversation, so do think about that.
Can we convince Silas to meet Einn alone in our desired spot in No Man's Land in like the next week?
You cannot. You can convince him to bring an army, but not alone.
That's still fine.
Yeah, that's fine. He's bringing an army of angels, which we want to blow up anyways. This is a win-win.
Will Silas and Einn die from the bomb that we are setting up? Made of the red and blue material?
What you're asking is a very difficult question to answer.
If they are within half a mile of it?
Again, what you're asking is a difficult question. It is not will. I cannot predict the future. I can tell you that they are capable of dying from such a bomb.
Cool. Is Einn accessible to meet with us in the next week?
You mean
Yes.
Silas?
Silas, yeah.
Yes,
I've been
Silas-
butchering their names horribly. Sorry.
Silas has the entire time been trying to defeat the forces of Einn. This is his only mission.
Thank you. This has been very useful.
I'm glad. Say hello to my body if you ever encounter him again.
Very well, I will. I will relay the answer. That it is possible to kill them with the bomb. And We cannot convince him to go alone, but he'll probably show up with an army. But that means he'll show up. And although something didn't work, we can meet with him.
Did you know, by the way, that piece of music is in 3 different key signatures and switches every other bar?
Nice.
That to represent the 3
I don't
different
know what that
Alexes.
means.
It's just a fun thing about that piece of music.
And retroactively, it does represent the 3 different Alexes now.
Yeah, it does now.
That's the interpretation that scholars have now.
And it always has.
Like asking, why did the author say the curds were blue? Because they were blue. Oh, because
No, that's I do stuff like that though. Like for example, I put various character themes in other pieces of music to emphasize the character's relations to it.
Yeah.
You may not have paid attention, but it was there. Irene's theme actually included the theme of the preacher.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about music to appreciate any of the work you're doing.
You'll notice that there's like similar sounding stuff from other songs.
Yeah, I pick up on that.
Also, I use different instruments to represent different characters throughout the soundtrack.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Anyway, are you looking to try to meet with Silas? You'll have to enter his camp.
I think we should go by boat,
Yeah, we're
to
at
be
least-
honest.
And head around the north side, or meet him on the coast.
I think on the coast. I don't think we want to walk into the middle of his camp. With no way.
You're just saying not going through no man's land.
Yeah, I don't think we should go through no man's
Okay.
land.
Yeah, I think that's.
He would have
what we gotta do.
originally expected us to come by boat. I suspect the Raven Spy was probably his, but you never know. Or not Harpy. Harpy Spy, not Raven Spy.
Yeah, like
Right.
coming from the direction of his enemy, probably not the best move. So yeah, I think boat is a good idea.
All right. So you are coming from the east then, yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
unless there are objections.
In that case... Rhodey, no!
I'm refreshing the webpage.
No!
Can't believe Rhodey died.
I'm dead forever.
Sometimes I can still hear their voice.
All right, everyone.
Oh. That's a lot of dudes.
This is the forward operating camp, and as you approach, immediately they all pull their weapons out towards you. One of the angels recognizes you immediately. I'm actually going to mark this angel. You might need to zoom out to see this instantly.
I see
I'm going
Silas at
to-
the top
I,
right.
o- I only see gray.
It may take a while to load this battle map. This is a bit of a
Maybe-
large
Maybe
one.
we should get off a
I'm gonna
dialogue.
refresh.
Not all the tokens have actual images, right?
That's correct.
Right.
The mundane guards I have
Yeah,
not
the
bothered
reason
to
that
get.
I'm refreshing is I still see Einn's place.
That is a
Wow.
good reason to refresh.
Yo, we made an army. Nice. Is this what we would have had to fight if we didn't blow them up?
Y- Maybe.
Fireballing them would be so good.
Do it now. Fireball now. That's your fireball radius. right?
That one's got a very spooky fucking... Is that really the size scale on there? No.
Yo!
Hang on.
An angel's very spooky.
Yo, what is?
So-
yo,
Okay, now I see stuff. I'm
What does that
back
aura
in.
look like to us as characters?
This aura is
Oh,
you recognize
fireball.
this exact angel.
Oh.
Is this the one we murked on the
This
boat?
is the one that got away.
Holy.
Ha!
We
On
want
the
to get
boat?
away.
Idiot
One got
angel.
away on the boat?
Did one get away? Didn't I teleport it down?
Yeah, we teleported it down and we murderized it, remember?
Another one.
There's one angel that got away. Sorry, it wasn't this one. This was the commander. What was the one that got away? I can't remember.
When
I
would
don't
an
think
angel
maybe
get away?
I don't think
Maybe
one
I'm
did get away.
misremembering. Maybe I'm misremembering.
If you're talking about the platoon, there was no survivors.
Am I thinking of a
Yeah, you
different
got away.
campaign? I am. I'm thinking of a different campaign. My bad.
to give golden.
Anyways, Celis at this point will start heading down.
Unless there was an invisible angel there the whole time who did nothing.
Ah, so you've come. Hello.
What does Celis look like?
Celis is a
Pale.
small, pale boy.
He's a beholder in disguise.
Yo, pat him on the head. Venari, do what you want.
Animal that-
All of
Yeah,
a sudden,
you're right, I
all
won't.
of your magic items blink out. You no longer have any of your magic items. They cease to function. The defender is inert.
Joke's on him. I got a light shard in my heart.
Defender's just like standing there. The light shard cannot activate. You
Oh,
cannot
shit.
pull it out.
So, everyone, you have come with me to defeat the enemy. How wondrous.
We've done even more than that. We've set the stage.
Ah, you have. In what way?
We've
In
managed
that-
to convince Einn that our mission is no longer to destroy the aspects, that we're really mad at the Conclave. But of course, we're the Rising, it's our purpose to destroy the aspects. He thinks that he's coming out here to help us kill you. Of course, well, your anti-magic fields will make him quite useless.
Go ahead and make a deception check for me here.
I'm very good at that. That's why I interrupted.
This
Sorry,
guy rolled
Venari.
poorly.
I also rolled poorly, but it's higher than his poorly.
I see. So, you've convinced the devil to come here.
In particular to No Man's Land, where he'll be essentially alone.
Alone. I don't recall him ever fighting alone. He always has his army of clones with him.
That
army-
wasn't a
Well,
problem
the
before,
case?
right?
They'd be with him, but, you know, I think the word alone is still correct in that case. Technically speaking.
Yeah, of course, escorts, we'd expect you to have your troops as well. No one's that
But, like,
foolish
your
to...
entire army, he would just have his...
Can you
I
hear me?
see.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Got really quiet, though.
My headset's being rude.
I'm not sure I understand this plan, then. You will lead him out with his entire army. And then what? How will this go any different than how it always does?
Well, he'll be expecting
Yeah.
to crush you utterly with us on his side, but when we turn on him, the core of his army will collapse. He himself will be vulnerable. Your angels can mop up the stragglers around the edges.
I don't think he's gonna lead his army out. I think he'll take some simulacrums, but
The problem is the simulacrums. My guards are mortal. They are beings of flesh and blood. However, he will raise them from the dead as part of his undead army. This has always been the case. We have defeated some of his simulacrums, but they just make more.
they
won't
can't make
have the
only
time
he
to,
can make
he's-
more.
Yeah.
He shows up
It's-
himself, it's different, is it not?
It is a war of attrition, yes, if he shows up himself.
Where in the past, he wasn't showing up himself, so he could always make more.
Now, I ask you one question. Do you plan to deal with his 7 annulments?
7... What did he say?
The
7
7 annulments, his ability to turn your efforts into nothing. We have experimentally decided that he has 7.
I mean, yes, we have 4 aspects with us. They can clash and counter at least 4 of those annulments.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
That's a
Okay.
good one.
Mhm. I don't think... Yeah, if he rolls a nat 20.
He looks at you and he thinks, I do remember Fate saying something about that you would be useful in defeating the preacher for that reason.
It's the same theory that the preacher is the main aspect, but the same mechanism works against all the aspects.
I see. Yes, that could be useful, couldn't it? This monster can be... Yes. Do you know what he plans to do with our beautiful world?
He intends to unmake it, destroy it all, kill everyone. It cannot be tolerated.
And for that he will be crushed. Don't worry. Our mistress will provide a safe space for all of you. She will protect the material plane. Our belief is will power the conclave as she lays waste to everything else. We will not destroy everything. We will keep the world as it is.
Is there like a big benefit to destroying everything else? Other than feeling of safety?
They are our enemies. If you recall in the past, you are an Alexis heretic. You should know very well what the outsiders will do to us.
I do.
We must destroy them all. Once every other god is plucked from existence, once every other plane is devoid of threats, only then can the material plane be safe. And my mistress will provide that safety for all of us, so that we may live safely, at peace. Oh, but there will be a rough transition in the middle, and we are in there ourselves right now. I'm glad that you have chosen to work with me. So glad.
Can I insight him to see if he's actually falling for this?
Go ahead.
Or if he's just literally lying to us about agreeing to all this. 27.
He genuinely believes this, and as he says this, there's this inner calm that you can see. Go ahead and follow this up with either history or arcana, whichever you think you would be better at.
Wow, they're the same.
Wow.
-2.
I would probably go at this from a history perspective.
One thing that everybody knows about beholders, literally everyone, is their immense paranoia. And knowing this, you filter what you know historically through what Celis is saying, and it makes complete sense.
We managed to convince him of a spot that's equidistant between your two camps, just to try and be as fair as possible.
Yes, this island. We have done battle on there many times.
Oh, that is close. What?
Einn is still making his preparations. What would be the best day for you? We can try to convince him to strike out against you at a certain date.
This is Toriel. Say hello.
Hello, Toriel.
Memorize her name, her face. You may use your sending magic on her. It shan't work on me.
They did try. But that would make sense, with the whole, looky thing.
I am protected from all scrying and all detections, and I have a ring that protects me from sending.
I didn't know you could do that.
They're made by Capcree. The fools are useful for something, after all. Though they only did it because their executives were being sended over and over again.
Does it also protect against dream? I heard
It does.
Oh, that's cool.
Would you like one?
I would, because I don't want to be. I heard that people can just like send you dreams over and over until you die of exhaustion, and that's scary.
I've heard of you, Andy Chalamet. You represent everything that my gods believe in.
I do my best.
Hmm. It is a shame then the rumors of your worship. Are they true?
That I worship Elise? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, that's correct.
Like you said, I believe in the virtues of all the gods, but Elise speaks most dearly to me. There's been a lot of lethal magic out in the world lately, and it's killed a lot of people, and I
It
saw
must
that.
be hidden away, as the teachings of Nagroxtum say.
Yes, on this, Elise and Nagroxtum are in alignment.
Elise is the junior partner of Nagroxtum in this. Why do you worship an inferior deity?
Well, I like puzzles and all, but you know, Nagroxtum's evil, and I'm not evil, and Elise just speaks more specifically to my heart.
We'll have discussions about this, of theology. I do not hate Elise as much as the other heretical deities. After all, she paired worship herself to the conclave.
See, I knew we could come together on something.
Yes,
I look forward to those discussions.
we'll need to get you one of these rings and an amulet of non-detection. They'll be quite useful. Oh, Einn loves to scry. Well, it has been a pleasure. You are a lot less sanctimonious against the truth than you were last time we met. Though perhaps it was because you did not approve of Jockrob's presence.
Jockrab is an aspect, and
Wise.
our whole purpose in life is to destroy the aspects, so you can imagine that was a big negative for us.
May I ask, what was your goal with the writ again? What do you plan on doing with it?
I have no goal but my master's, and my mistress has her own goals for it.
And what are
She
your...
would
Sorry.
protect the material plane. After all, she needs it. She would use its power to control the conclave. After all, the conclave are beholden to the writ. We could use it to control their very actions. With the gods in our control, we could use them to kill every other god, to consume their souls, to make a material plane where everyone is safe and protected.
Wouldn't it be more efficient just to make your own gods that met your needs?
But we have. Don't you know that worship of a deity changes them? Over thousands of years, we have molded the gods into our own image. We create our own deities. They have free will only as much as we allow them to. Through the conclave, we can mold our gods so that they serve us and not the other way around. Do you not see that the way forward is with us? Why do you cling to your weaker deity?
Strength comes in many forms, not just pure power or influence. There's strength in wisdom and in alternative opinions.
I see. One day you will learn, or perhaps there will be no world for you. But we can cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we must work together, and we must take Einn out.
That we can agree on?
Wonderful. I will be here consorting with my angels.
Do you know anything about a harpy?
A harpy.
Saw one following us at one point.
I have noticed there's been a harpy around here. It seems interested in Einn for some reason, but we've not been able to make contact. It keeps its distance.
Can I insight this?
You certainly can. Silas is telling you the truth as he sees this as inconsequential. He's describing this like he would describe seeing a homeless person outside of a diner at 2 in the morning.
Okay. There really is seemingly to be a third party. Okay.
Well, we did a team. We discovered the truth of the secret.
Well, no, it's more like I wanted to know if it was his or if it was Einn's, but if it's a third party, that's probably actually for the best.
Could it have been one of the new monster people? Could someone just have come back as a harpy?
Oh, it could be, yeah. If it's interested in Einn, Anyways,
Happy's gonna tap her forehead to do telepathy with Venori.
I will try to do telepathy. It'll work.
Sure.
He mentioned that Einn likes to scry on everybody. Do you think they witnessed our conversation?
I was wondering about that too.
Which conversation?
The one we just had.
You'd have to know within a 10-minute window. And you'd have to scry on one of us, which we would potentially be able to resist. Or you'd have to know the exact location.
Two people here can't be detected. And also those people said the most important things.
And I'm the most resistant. So
Cool.
Other than that, like, it's a very small window of time or a very small location that he has to know specifically, like within like
It
10 or
doesn't seem
20
likely.
feet.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I don't know how scry works.
It is unlikely that he did. Highly unlikely. It's possible, but unlikely. Of course, yeah, because he wouldn't waste spell slots on his simulacrums for that. I don't have a bunch of them do it.
Everyone, is there anything else that you would like to discuss?
I don't have
Other than
anything
like
I
a
wanna
specific
say.
date.
Well, we'll do ascending once we figure it out.
Okay, yeah.
One more thing that I must stress. The next time any of you disregard one of my summons or threaten my angels, I will not be so merciful or so kind. All of you have loved ones. Do remember that. We are everywhere.
Wait, this is out of character. Does Auntie have loved ones? Oh my god, are they gonna go try to find her fake family and kill them? Except the fake family doesn't exist?
I think it was more like
In
they'll
general.
kill you and your loved ones will mourn, I guess.
Yeah, you won't be able to be everywhere to protect them and blah blah blah. You've got agents everywhere.
I hate to end on such a sour note, but one of my angels responded to your threats. You declined our summons, and you threatened them with incredible violence. In this, you will never defeat the Conclave. We are capable of more than you can imagine. And I suspect you have quite a good imagination. That is all.
Okay.
Well, that went well.
It did actually go pretty well.
Yeah, he has really good insight, but Angie has just better deception. I guess. The
What?
guard just salutes you. Sorry. She just runs away.
I know your face and name now.
Okay,
Just
that
keeps
was
running.
great.
Silas just like threatened to kill all your families. You guys are legendary heroes. This is just like some CR 1/2 guard.
Yeah. I mean, at least I went into this knowing that everybody was at risk already, so, you know.
Well, this went well. We get to blow them up now. Okay, I guess we do that. We call them into no man's land a couple days later and then blow them up. How does that go?
Okay,
They all
if you
die
call
instantly,
them,
right?
you guys are not here, right?
Yeah, let's go somewhere.
What are we doing
Okay.
about
We're
that?
gonna be really far away and be scrying on them or on Einn
On
in
this location, because we know exactly where they're going to be.
Let's be in the tunnel, but away out of that blast radius, so that when it explodes, we run forwards and we climb out of the tunnel and we kill whoever's left.
Yeah, that's one of the other reasons I wanted to be on the outskirts of the tunnel.
So are you
Yeah.
north or south of the tunnel?
North
Ooh.
doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, north
Away
sounds
from
cool,
the city,
but
right?
south is pretty cool.
South.
'Cause-
South in the city, in case we need to can book it.
Yeah,
Lots of
that's why
more places to hide than out.
All
in the
right.
There's
open.
more
and that
small
will get
things.
reassure the townspeople.
Yeah, we can help the townspeople,
Okay.
and we can immediately see if it's too big, if the explosion is too big.
Well, that's
Very
fine.
nice.
I think.
If it's
We
too
moved
big,
outside the
we
outer radius,
die.
right? Like we moved the bomb outside of so that the outer radius wouldn't.
The city,
Hit the
I think,
city.
yeah, the outer radius is not hitting the city. I'm pretty sure that's confirmed.
So you are going to scry on this battle?
Yeah. Like, here, in the middle.
Yeah, we just scry them, and when they show up at the center, and then we're like
I
not
think.
there.
Oh my
and-
gosh.
Okay. The main body is not showing up here.
Not?
However, an advanced guard is.
Maybe we need to send someone to show up to lure them both in.
Silas shows forward. Have these angel guards.
What's the radius of the bomb in feet?
It is in miles.
Oh,
5,280.
Everyone here is in this blast radius.
oh. So is Einn like miles away, or is Einn like close enough that they could fight if they wanted to?
You can't see from the scrying.
Oh.
Yeah, this guy can't see that far.
Did
Do
we
we-
tell Einn? We did, right?
You did.
Do we
why
send
they show-
someone to convince Einn to show up and then resurrect them later? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know.
Could we resurrect someone who got atomized?
Re-resurrection, maybe. Maybe?
Do we have access to that?
No.
You can see the Ainlings look visibly discomfortable. We are now 3 minutes into this scrying.
Are
What
they
would you like to
fighting?
do? They're not fighting, but there's this tension here.
What's the exact
Can
thing?
Scry hear what they're saying?
Let me double check. I'm not sure. I think you can hear both.
I can see or hear, and I can switch between them, but I can't do both at the same time.
Okay. One thing that I will say for certain. Is that you do not know where Silas is.
Yeah, because he's got non-detection. So he wouldn't show up in the screen.
He does not show up in the scry. But you can see immediately that the Ainlings are instantly like discomfortable. So, Silas, you wish to have a battle here. Yes. It is about time that we break this stalemate, and this time I
We
believe
can't-
we have.
We can't hear him.
I know, this is for the sake of the audience. You guys can't
Yeah.
hear this.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you're right. Oh god, that would block audio too. That's crazy. Yeah.
We believe that we have something that will really tip the edge. And so, where is your master? You don't need to worry about where our master is, because we have something that will tip the scales as well. If you wish to do a If you wish to do a proper battle, so be it. We have the cannons of the Ivory District on our side, and we have something far greater. Your magic is nothing to me. The battle begins.
I don't know if this is actually possible, but can I try to deny one of his denial things using the aspect?
It is not possible.
Okay. Didn't think so.
What level is Scry?
5th, so I can only do it twice.
Do you want it? Should we check where the real Einn is?
That's what I was thinking. If we do, we'll lose what's going on here, but that seems fine.
Well, we should
You'll get a
scry the
saving
real
throw to
Einn.
do it.
Yeah. Well, no, we should scry the real Einn because we already know Silas is in the bomb radius.
Yeah.
We already know that critical information. We know where Einn is. We know whether we need to wait or just explode it immediately. If we scry Einn and they're in their throne room, then we just explode the bomb right now.
Yeah. Alright. I will
Yeah.
try to scry on.
Alright. Einn must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
I'll give him disadvantage with whatever inspiration I have left. I think I have.
Does
I have
not say my
episode
DC?
inspiration.
Oh, DC.
Doesn't
18.
inspiration target someone you can see?
I don't know.
Inspiration's a game mechanic. It's not a
Oh my
character
God.
Wow.
mechanic.
Wow,
Alright.
he rolled super good.
Damn.
I say we just blow it up regardless. We know Silas is.
We can't stack inspiration.
So,
Yeah, I
Ready?
say we just blow it up.
We want to
You guys
wait.
ready for
like-
this?
Wait like
We-
7 minutes and then blow it up.
cut back
Oh,
a little bit into the past. Einn never once trusted you, not for a second.
Aw.
Fine.
And he knew you were going to betray him. After all, you've done so with every other aspect that you've worked with. In the conversation, he knew above all else that you were full of shit. He witnessed the way that you discussed things, the incredibly stoic manner, rolled a natural 20 GM roll on insight. Sorry about that, everyone. And so, he began to scry on you. He knew where the
couldn't see
bomb
me.
was.
Oh no. Well, I mean,
But he
that's
was
fine.
He
scrying
saw
Cal
this.
specifically?
He was scrying on the entire group. After
Was-
all,
It was Cal that
He's-
planted, wasn't it?
it was Cal that planted it, yes.
Huh.
Now,
But he timed it
unfortunately,
perfectly.
you cannot make a saving throw against Einn,
Oh.
because he gives you a natural 1.
Ah. Of course. Should I fucking know?
See, I should have planted the bomb. I'm immune to divination.
And so,
That's fine.
he moved that bomb right under Nalfrey.
Nice.
And as you took up residence in the city, the last thing you feel is a giant blast from behind you as you see this overwhelming
He
explosion.
just blew up his whole fucking city.
And had you had succeeded at scrying Einn, you would have found out that he was heading to the sprawl. Right here. Because it's time for him to battle the preacher. Now that Silas is out of the way, nobody can stop him.
Wait, Silas wouldn't be in the blast, though.
Silas is right here, dog. Oh no, it's this. Yeah,
I guess he's out of the way and
Right,
that he's
allow
not,
me.
not doing anything, but...
You might.
Allow me to move the explosion, if I can.
You put it in Nalfrey's house. So where's Nalfrey?
You put it here. Nalfrey is like
I
near
can't
the
see. I
top.
still see the battle map.
Same.
No.
Yeah, still on the battle map.
Didn't bring
You
us
put
a-
it such that it basically destroyed the bottom part of the city and just the top part there. Sorry, let me get you to the world map. I destroyed the rings now. This is hell to work with.
So I guess the campaign's just over.
Wait, no, but he put it in Nalfrey's house. No, that's what it was said. Where's
Well,
Nalfrey's
yeah, we're
house?
close enough to that we're just dead.
But where is Nalfrey's? Nalfrey's house is not in the center of that oval, is it?
I still don't see the world map.
It is so hard to ping things in great specific here, but I did figure out that Nalfrey was in the north side, but
Oh,
not like far enough that he'd be hitting the initial explosion.
that's tough. All right.
So this still hits the battlefield, right?
It does.
Okay, I had to refresh.
And so, everyone, you are caught up in this explosion. What do you all think?
We're dead.
Yo, we got outplayed.
EPK.
The stone wall has failed.
You have
Dead.
one action to react, everybody.
Okay, well that's easy then.
Where are we?
You are in the tunnels to the south, in the Drake network, right here.
That defines Elise's character sheet.
I'm gonna see if you teleport or something.
Let me see.
Elise.
Wait, we're underground in the tunnels? Why would
That
we
was
be
what
there?
was said.
We said we
Yeah.
were gonna wait in the tunnels and then go through them, and then people said they wanted to be in the city instead of up north.
I
so
asked, do you
then
want to be south or up north? And you said south, in the city.
People said city.
Yeah, but not necessarily in the tunnels, because that's where the explosion is.
No, what we thought is we thought it was gonna explode in the middle of the tunnel. So if we were in the beginning of the tunnel that starts in the city, we would not be in the radius.
I cast Banishment on Happy Fizzlepang.
Oof.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's no
sure.
other spell?
I could choose between Resilient Spear on myself or Banishment on someone else. I banish Happy Fizzlepang.
Damn, that's tough.
Okay.
You got a saving throw if you want.
You can
I have the defender.
There's wall of force, you dingus. You could have made a hemispherical dome.
Could I?
Yes, wall of force. It's wise.
Wait, I don't have Wall Force.
Yeah, at least has wall of
It's a
force.
5th level spell.
Oh, you can't do 5th level?
I can only do 4th.
Ah, I see. That's tough.
Got Sanctuary, but that's not gonna fucking help at all.
I'm gonna have the defender get on top of Venari. Push her to the ground, cover her up.
Okay. Cal Severe, anything that you'd like to do?
I don't know how rapidly I can check in with Sereth and Hero if there's anything that they can do. Or if my Pophine earrings can do anything especially cool. I believe that they cannot.
Okay.
Like I can't pre-revivify myself.
I'm
ready to
relying
cast
on the page
Revivify
right now.
on myself when I die.
Can I try to open a door to the Azure?
Oh, you can get. Oh, fuck. It's too late. I'm already teleport. You could have passed the rings to whoever got banished or whoever resilient spheres. And
You
Yeah, the last
would
thing
not
that I
have
was-
enough time to create a gate
No.
to the Azure.
Yeah. The last thing that I was thinking was if there was something that I could do with the Fortress of Fury thing. Because the fortress part of the aspect, but I feel like the Fury part is just like murder, and it's also a super weak aspect, and Sereth can't like unleash it or
There
whatever.
is. I'll let you.
Even though it's been bottled up for a long time,
Here's what I'll let you do to this aspect here. In this aspect, isn't that funny how that works? If you choose to do this, what you can choose to do, you would effectively be using Hero and Sereth and the aspect all at once to channel this aspect and protect yourself. In other words, Hero and Sereth and this aspect will be taking this blast for you. Sereth and Hero will die. You will then be at one with the aspect, with nothing to protect you. Alternatively, you can try to weather this blast.
So narratively, I actually think that that's really cool because Hero has probably been looking for a way to get rid of Sereth and is totally willing to take that fall.
All right.
Wow.
So with that, you would lose the merge soul ability.
Yeah, that's probably true. I still got training. So like I understand how to do things, but I will no longer have the merged soul effect.
So that's that
Yeah. I'll still be a fighter though, and I'll get back my fucking the herald thing, the avatar, whatever it's called.
nice. All right.
Aspect.
We have one action, right? Not just
Wielder, yes, you have an action and a reaction. Basically, you have a round to react to this explosion because you see this coming through the tunnels. You have 6 seconds before this overwhelms you.
Hey, I have one more option, I think, which is the fighter indomitable feature. I don't know if that helps at all. I think that we said that it was going to do something extra cool, but I don't know.
It will not help.
Yeah.
I'll use either shield or absorb elements.
Shield nor absorb elements, I'm afraid, will work here, as this is not an elemental damage.
Don't think Wildfire is going to stop it.
Is
It'll
this
probably just
evadable,
make
by
it
the way?
worse.
Like, is this a bomb that you can evade with the rogue evasion?
Is it a dex
There is
save?
no saving throw that will allow you to avoid this.
Okay, that's what I figured.
With that said,
But he's
Isaac,
half.
you have used your ability to protect Happy.
Do I get a piety point for that?
I think you do.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Vonari, what would you like to do? If you don't have an idea.
Oh, I do have an idea, actually. The feature that I got for being a level 9 cleric. It's a fucking long shot, but it's could happen. Divine intervention.
Oh my god.
Got a fucking 10% chance.
For the
All right.
bomb to be off in the right place.
Well, the DM chooses the nature of the intervention. I just say, fuck it, help.
All right.
This would be huge. Hold on, I've got to channel all the positive vibes.
Like, that's the only thing I can look at
Okay,
the spells
go
I
ahead.
prepared. I'm like,
Let's
I
hope-
could do like
hope
freedom
your
of movement,
habits
but that's not gonna fucking help.
Let's hope
Go
your habits of rolling low happen here.
I've been rolling really fucking good with Foundry for the most part.
Yeah, let's do this 10.
I do have to roll less, equal to or less than 10.
Okay. 1d100.
Oh, it just rolled it for me. Wait,
Whoa! You rolled a 4.
I
dude.
actually just rolled a 4. What the fuck?
Wow.
It worked!
All right.
Fucking bless Alex. Oh my god.
Dude, I'm worshipping Alex now.
I'm telling you, he's the best.
Okay.
I keep meaning to I should talk to Venari about worshipping Alex.
Everyone, as you see this tunnel coming, immediately panic sets in. Isaac throws everything else, channels all the power of Elise he can to get Happy out of there. As he faces this, he closes his eyes and clutches everything close to his chest, preparing for oblivion. Wielder, you have the defender step in front of who?
Venari.
The defender steps in front of Vonari, about to be obliterated to try to protect Vonari as best as possible. Wielder just stands. What is your expression as you face this light as it approaches you?
I've got my shield up and I'm bracing as hard as I can. That's the only thing I'm thinking about is weathering this blast. I'm ready for it to come and hit me, and I'm gonna try to withstand it. That's all I'm thinking.
Calcivir, what are your thoughts in this time?
Let the river run over me.
Happy, what are you thinking here before you get teleported away?
Happy was probably thinking of like grabbing Isaac and running, like feline agility, but then she just got teleported right away.
Okay. And as all of this is happening, as everyone is panicking or preparing to defend themselves in some way, we see sort of this moment of we just got played by Happy. Vonari quietly gets down on both knees, looks up to the heavens, and prays. And then a fortress appears in front of you. The fortress of Shiva absorbs this impact, and as this light begins to rush forward, as it would have obliterated your entire body, the fortress holds resolute. You see bricks fly above your head as this light just singes everything, destroying the tunnel. Literally, you are exposed to the sky, and you just see oblivion and hellfire. Thousands of divine angels appear and protect all of you. And when the blast appears, you find yourselves in the middle of a crater, unharmed. And that is where we'll end
I
our
can't bel-
session.
Oh my
I
god.
Like,
can't
stop
believe
concentrating.
divine intervention worked. I can't
I-
believe that worked.
In the most critical time? Oh my fuck.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
I would like to stop concentrating now.
Happy, you blink in and you see just the devastation all around you. There's no trace of the soldiers that were above board. All gone. And Silas is gone too.
Hooray! One down.
Matt, if you could kindly roll 8d20, please.
Oh fuck.
Oh, this is negative hope. isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be negative hope. Well, no, because
Oh,
we just rose out an
Are these-
explosion on top of a castle.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
really
Actually,
high. Jesus Christ.
We got rid of all our hope.
Is that positive or negative?
I
Oh,
don't know.
positive.
Wait,
Hey.
is it
Positive, right?
positive because of the fortress?
Because we
Because
just
of the
It is-
angels, and we just rose out of an explosion.
we just took out an episcopatus.
And survived.
But we also.
However,
Yeah.
while you have survived, Nelfrey and Apology are
Yeah.
gone.
Oh.
Oh, Apology wasn't with us?
No.
No. Apology
back.
stayed, remember?
Check
No, they
the
wanted
house.
to defend the house.
Apology and Nelfrey were staying behind to protect the place while you went out.
That's okay, we'll just feed her more blood.
No, she's like her body's disappeared.
Actually, we don't know.
No, she
And so-
let's regrew it. She regrew it before.
Probably special.
Everyone, I did
Oh.
not expect this.
I didn't expect that either. The odds were not good.
Yeah. You know what? People should have moved out of Slaypool a long time ago. The signs were there.
All that matters is that Happy survived.
Everyone survived, bro.
All
Let's
that
get it.
matters-
that could
is
that
in
was
this-
TPK like almost.
All that
Look at that.
matters here is in these final moments, Happy chose to protect Isaac,
Isaac chose to protect Happy.
and Isaac chose to protect Happy.
Oof.
Wait, what did Happy do?
Happy
was
was
gonna
going
run
to
away.
run and picked Isaac up and
Oh, I see.
try to get Isaac out of there.
I was going to have the defender protect Venari, but then Venari's like, just go away. I'm busy. Let me do this thing.
Above
Damn.
board, here's what would have happened.
Oh, that's survivable,
Wait.
actually.
What? That's it?
102 damage? Or
102 damage, completely unavoidable to everybody. And
But it-
then
That's instant
you
death.
would have fallen into the bottom of the pit,
Oh, take.
Oh, the fall damage would
Can't
maybe
see
hurt.
it. Oh,
which would be
shit.
an additional 36 points of damage.
Okay, so that wouldn't overkill me. So I just have to make my saves, but I have the periapt. Oh, wait, no, I'm not wearing the periaptive wound closer, am I?
How do you? What's the overkill rules again? Twice as much.
If it hits,
No. Minus
if
your
the
health.
leftover after you're down to 0 is enough to kill you again, then you're dead instantly.
That would have
And-
instantly killed me.
That's
And
Yeah.
here's how I would have adjudicated it. You would have taken this damage, but these actions that you would have taken could have protected you at a severe cost. So Kelsevere would be giving up these abilities as to not instantly die. Wielder would be giving up the defender to not instantly die.
I could build a new one though.
No.
Oh,
The
The part
defender
of
would
your
be
soul.
completely like the part of the soul that makes up the defender would be gone. It's
I mean,
either
I was
that or
going to
your
give up a
character
class
dies.
feature almost.
And so was Wielder. Like
Yeah.
it's either that or instantly die and then hope you can play an NPC.
I would have survived that. I'd be down with 2 death saving throws, but
hope
I
you
would have
could
survived.
YOLO.
No, only
Also-
one because fall damage can't crit. So
Oh
it'd be
yeah,
one
it
saving throw.
would not be a crit. You're right. So
What
I'd be down
NPC
with 1 death saving throw.
What NPC would we play? We just don't mark.
I also,
Herschel-
for the
Herschel-
fall, I think that I could have used my grappling hook and swung off of the side of the crater like in Deep
How?
Rock Galactic.
Would 102 not make you unconscious?
You have 94 health.
The superiority thing.
Oh, you can stay alive on 1.
Wait, really?
No, that's a barbarian thing.
No,
Yeah,
not like
well-
the half orc thing.
You're half.
I get it. No, I'm not. Goddamn.
She's
Are
a
you talking
human.
about Indomitable?
No, there's like there's a resist damage thing that I think that I have from superiority dice from Battlemaster.
Huh.
So I can
I don't
like I'm
remember
within
any.
10 damage of my hit point total.
Nice.
Either way, there was a non-zero chance that you all fail your saving throws, and if you choose not to give up something dramatic in order to survive, you would have just had to roll and then hope you didn't fail your rolls.
That's tough.
Was it a dex save?
No, there's no you cannot dodge this. It's like
Was it a con save? You said saving throws. What is this about saving throws?
Yeah.
there's no saving
Give us a
throw.
save.
Well, then why are you
Oh,
talking about
yeah,
hope that you
you're
make
gonna-
this throw? You don't hope. There is no
No,
hope.
No,
that sounds
death
like-
saving
throw.
throw.
Death
Death
saving
death
throws?
saving throw. I see.
No saving throws? That sounds like railroading. Not going to
That
use a
sounds
saving
like-
throw to avoid the biggest
Sounds like a
fucking
nuke
bomb
just
that's ever
blew
gone
up
off on this
like
world.
a few.
You guys
clicks
are in
north of-
Megaton, and you're trying to
I
dodge
ju-
the explosion by
Oh, yeah.
sidestepping.
I jump into the refrigerator like Indiana Jones.
Well, you didn't bring a fridge with you, dude.
All right. Everyone, thanks to Forgotten Adventures for the tile sets that we've used. There was not actually any battles for the battle maps, but it's just sort of like everyone got bombed to hell, I guess.
I think that was
I-
actually the best outcome because we got so much hope for it. We should bomb ourselves more often.
You should survive off a 10% chance more often.
Yeah.
that was
Just imagine fucking
Wow.
people seeing us walk away from that crater. Not fucking with those people. Speaking of which, do
And
we level
so-
up? Because we killed the Pixopotamus? Or do we have to kill Aspect?
It's an aspect that does it,
Okay.
I'm afraid. Not an Episcopatus. However, I would like to dedicate this one to Technoblade.
Why?
rest in peace.
Because he passed away this
Oh,
week,
I see.
unfortunately.
And so, what would we like to call this?
Well, that was definitely explosive.
If we don't have an idea, I vote that we call this Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, yes. That's it. Don't no one say
like-
anything else.
I like that. Yeah, sure.
ASX speedrunning.
Literally was. Why?
Well,
Like,
there it
quite
is.
Kinda, yeah.
The best divine intervention in D&D history.
I'm never
Yeah.
gonna get that again, that's for sure.
I was thinking about divine intervention this week, and like, it's so random that I don't think it's going to be useful. And then, like 3 days later, here it is.
I was like looking at all my spells and going through them, like, but I'm not gonna survive. Like concentration won't matter. Subtle magic
incredible.
stuff doesn't matter. Telekinetic doesn't matter. I can't. I don't have stone wall, and even that wouldn't help at all whatsoever.
I
I was like,
could
wait,
do
level
warding
9.
wand on someone.
Wait, is this the
and
10th
take-
level Clark feature? Are you level 10?
Yeah,
Ninth
we're
level.
all level 2.
Oh, level 10. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. We are level 10.
Yeah, we're level 10.
I could have done Warding Bond. It's resistance to all damage.
By the
then I
way,
take that extra damage.
Vonari could have saved anybody as well.
Well, I also thought like maybe I could summon something using aspect stuff, but I didn't think that would
Well, you
survive
could have
either.
used your aspect to save any person of your choice.
Venari's Venari's the speaker of Alex, isn't she?
Yeah.
Vonari is the speaker of Alex. That's why I gave that extremely powerful divine intervention effect.
Well, she could have also used her connection to Alex and maybe destroyed Alex for it, but that would probably be mean.
That would be terrible. I would never do that.
How could you destroy Alex or destroy the connection now?
All worship Alex. All hail Alex.
That's not just removing
true
one class
protector.
feature. That's removing all class features.
Yeah, man.
You're a cleric that doesn't use weapons, and you now no longer have magic.
So
Hey.
Isaac has chosen to die, so that's gonna be interesting to roleplay. The after effects of that. Like,
I think that's like a +1 piety to Cal and Isaac, absolutely. And I'm just going to slap +5 piety onto that for that one.
Nice.
So
Big
did
five.
Cal actually lose?
No, because Cal
Gareth
was
and Hero.
no.
Didn't take the blast.
Yeah, exactly. This was like worst case scenario here.
Yeah, it's not like they were spent to give protection. They would have taken all the damage.
Right.
All right.
They would have
I
been
sort of imagine like Cal got down on one knee and crossed their arms and was like, I'm ready to take it. And then just nothing happened. It was just really
Golden
bright.
Fortress.
and like
And
in
now
the
Seraph and Hero are like, was she about to just sacrifice us?
Hero was about
she
to like
was.
throw Seraph in the way of the blast,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, they've been
Oh,
wrestling.
he was about to be like Goku holding Raditz so that Piccolo could do the special beam cannon at him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
knowing that he would die also.
That's a reference about my character.
Yes, Goku is Hero. There we go. Hero is Goku.
Goku is my
Everything
friend.
makes sense now.
Go Goku. Great session, everyone. I was not
That was a
expecting
really
the end
good
to be that
session.
uplifting.
No kidding.
Seriously, hail Alex.
and we got a bunch
Praise
of his simulacra.
to Alex. Yeah,
You
we
got
killed
a
like
lot of
8
simulacrums.
What was
That's-
that 8d20 you had, Matt, roll?
That is the hope effect of surviving something that should have utterly decimated the Rising,
Oh, shit.
while taking out an Episcopatus in the process.
Look how high I rolled too.
Oh, yeah, look at that bar. Oh, my God. It's like 4/5 full.
16, 18, 19, 10, 17, 13, 6, and 11.
Only one was below 10. Like Jesus.
I was. Oh my God. Those are
However-
huge. I thought you were having him like roll saving throws for the simulacrums.
Now, everyone, with that said, there is one small problem with what happened here.
You know.
You have irrevocably destroyed the balance of power in the canvas world.
Perhaps.
The actors are now unchained, and things will start to happen.
Actors.
I'm sure
Whoa.
that nothing will go wrong.
That's
here
a
on
very
that
big
side.
face.
That's-
Why
I was
do these
zoomed in right on
assassins
the
keep
eye.
appearing?
I was like, oh, are you doing like some special effect where you're seeing through eyes or something? But
What causes this?
What assassins? I didn't see anything.
On Foundry. The little white
All right.
faces that come up.
See you guys next Saturday.
A good one.
Oh no, I think that's actually Gwen Stacy from Into the Spider-Verse. That's what it looks like.
that's kind of.
Pog.
All right,
It's not here. Pog is not here.
Matt, go